it?
Goodness. I'm
Or
trying to
is
have
it,
a I'm trying to have a
wow.
clean intro. Let's try. Okay, never
Oh,
mind.
sorry.
What?
Welcome to
What are we
another
doing?
adventure of Shard Hunters. Now for the recap.
We awoken, or
Oof.
yeah, basically, we woke up and we found that there were many people amongst the tree area, and found that there was to be a ceremony, mostly in our honor, to make us basically one with our tree. We got to meet and speak to many different nobles and people and the higher ups of the Order of the Keys, including Mr. Lakewood, who is the leader of the Order of the Keys. And we met a newfound member into our fold named, I forgot,
A car.
You don't know?
a car.
Oh,
How could I possibly forget a car?
you got it.
His name was Accord. All right. And we spoke to these people, learned some things. I'm not going to get into all of that, but we kind of got to the point that we were tasked by Mr. Lakewood to find out where his great great grandfather may have gone. His name was Frederick Lakewood, and we were going to begin to work on trying to see if we could figure that out, get some information on that. And we will also be possibly figuring out a little bit about our predicaments with the creation stones within us, maybe finally for having the spell put on us to figure out what levels we have of these things going on, and that's where we are.
All right. What do you do?
Interesting.
No, wait for
I
sec-
believe at this point, Debbie brought the journal to us at dinner,
Yes, you were waiting for dinner.
and yeah, we did some arm wrestling and whatnot, but we were waiting for Debbie to bring Agnar's journal. So, did Debbie arrive?
Yes, Debbie does eventually arrive a little late for dinner, but he does arrive. He tosses y'all the book and sits down with Rihanna.
Alrighty. Since he was late, I imagine I would have had food already, so I'm gonna just grab the journal and start searching through it.
Okay, what are you specifically looking for?
All right, we're looking
Or are
for
you going to do a general search?
references to the great great grandfather or his wife.
Okay, so make a society check to look through it and parse it.
Okay, we were also asked about Agnar's wife, whom that was the first time we ever heard about her. So,
You find that she is in the journal a lot.
Ooh.
He rarely goes more than a page or two without talking about her.
Is this a journal or a
And
diary?
basically, she is his partner in his magical research. She's more interested in the nature side of things. She loves herbs and plants and anything of a magical nature that involves nature.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
And the only thing you do notice that she was, when he moved to the school, she moved with him from the tree, and she got a job as the professor of herbology for the school.
Okay. It doesn't mention what her race was, or was she an elf? Did we already?
It only talks about how beautiful she was. Based on the description, your thoughts are she's an elf.
Okay.
do you write a journal about your wife and say her race?
Maybe.
There's not 50 different races running
I
around
mean,
in this
it's
world.
it's definitely something we could probably go to the university and look up the old records. Did it mention her name?
He never wrote her name. He wrote her nickname, which he just called her Bushy.
Okay.
Cause you have bushy eyebrows.
Yes, that was it.
I
She has
doubt
one
it.
unibrow and it's very bushy. Make that canon.
Right.
Nice.
And
Is that canon?
the only other thing you notice about her that he wrote about how excited he was when he managed to get the permission to create a wing of the school dedicated to herbology and the magical use of special rare plants, and that she got the school to basically start up the largest known place for growing rare and magical ingredients.
Please
Wh-
tell me it's the Bushy School of Sherbology.
Haha.
We could probably ask Brianna about the wing of the school if she knows anything of it.
Are you going to ask her, or are you going to keep looking at the book?
I'm not. No, I shared a little bit. I shared that little bit with the group, and they can do what they want with it. I'll stay in the journal.
All right, so go ahead and make another society check while everyone else. Are you going to do anything with what he says, or continue along?
I'm
Eating
gonna
and
do
talking.
what he. I'm gonna do what he says.
You're gonna go ask Brianna about the wing.
I can. I used to. That was my thing. I used to work at herb shop.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you find her sitting there with Debbie.
Hi, Brianna.
Oh, hey, how are you?
I'm good. I was just wondering about the wing at the school that's all about herbology.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's actually got the largest collection of rare and special plants in the world. It was created long ago by a professor at the school.
Yep. I don't. Did we want to? I'll turn back to the group. What do we want to know about the wing? Just about it?
We're trying to find out about her,
About the wife?
the person who created it, her name, maybe any other information she has on it.
Maybe there's a
I'll go back.
biography about her that's been written.
Well, it was Aguinar who got permissions to establish it for her, right?
Just ask Brianna.
She's looking at you.
The Aguinar's wife. Do you know anything about her?
He had a wife?
That I heard that's why that wing was built. Was for her.
I didn't know Miss Everwood was his wife.
Who's Miss Everwood?
Portia Everwood. She was the teacher who started the School of Herbology.
Is she alive? Is she dead? What happened to her?
I don't know. It was named after her long ago, is all I know.
Has anyone written anything on her, like a biography or?
It's possible in the library of the school. I don't know. I've never looked into it.
Could maybe one of the Order of the Keys go look in the library? Like, could that be possible for them to find one?
Oh, yeah. We can send someone to see if there's any writings about her. I mean, considering she's one of the more illustrious alumni from the school.
Well, that would be great if we could get some information.
Yeah. I'll see what we can find out.
Thanks, Brianna.
No problem.
I go sit back down.
Nicely done, Eve.
All right,
Thank
Core, you look through again and you find a lot more references to the wife that don't really mean anything at all. He again likes to write about her, and he's always basically smitten with her. And you notice the writings are going over the course of probably about 20 years in this book. And
Okay.
he's still writing constantly about her.
She's kind of obsessed
Make one more check.
already.
Okay. You look through some more, and you do find mention of his assistant Festus. No. His assistant was to look into a man named Festus. It wrote about how there was a wizard long ago in some area of the world that went by the name Festus the Halcyon. And most people just called him the Flame Wizard. And Agonar was interested in him because he believes he was using the power of the Firestones. And so he had ordered his assistant Frederick to go find the man or his descendants, if possible, and see what he could learn. And the only thing he mentioned was he mentioned somewhere in another part of the world, but he would be able to find a way there if he looked hard enough.
But it doesn't give us specific locations or directions.
It does not. It sounds like he may have talked a bit more, but he only wrote down the general.
Okay.
That was Festus. What?
Hacia.
Dehalcia. Dehalcia. You know, D and the little symbol, whatever it is.
Tilda.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's terrible. DEHOWSEAH. How see ya?
So, Eve, did Brianna say
Yeah.
that Miss Everwood was still working at the school?
No, she said that they don't really know what happened to her.
Okay. Hmm. What do you guys think?
Well,
I'm
that's
trying to find
similar
more
to-
threads that we can try and follow. Maybe we could try
it's
tracking
similar
down
to what
Festus.
Mr. Lakewood told us.
Yeah.
That she
And
just
last
kinda
time you had wanted to
disappeared.
talk to Lysigius
Yeah.
because you had questions for him too.
Hmm.
Right. We want to ask him about where his home was located, as well as if he knew Frederick. Or now that we know this Flame Wizard, we can ask him about the Flame Wizard as well.
So we got asking Lysigius about the 3 different people. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was the last check I could do for the book. So what do we want to do now? Head for Lysigius?
Well, I'm sure.
Or,
Yeah, I'm sure we've all eaten and everything, but
well, do we want to go to
it's dinner
sleep?
times. Yeah. We may want to go ahead and go to sleep and then make it a day.
Because it does
tomorrow.
take over an hour to get to the city.
Yeah, make preparations to go down to the city tomorrow and then to the ancient catacombs after that.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Well, unless we want to do the ritual tomorrow as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. You want to grab
Do we have enough time
Devi?
to do that tonight?
Let's ask Debbie.
You already have enough time to do one of the rituals tonight
Let's check with Debbie.
because it's only 5 o'clock now.
I say we check Nadep because I think his stone shaping would probably be the more pressing thing for us.
Yeah. I want to get the power of the Earthstone, but I also want to do it in a measured way. I don't want to make it any worse than it already is.
So you want your levels checked
Yes.
on what you've been infected with.
Right.
I'm gonna go over to Debbie's table. Hey Debbie, do you have time tonight to do that ritual to check whether the creation stones infect people and do it for Needip?
Oh yeah, it only takes about an hour to do the ritual.
All right, we'd like to do that, and we're probably gonna need to do some tomorrow as well. But we
No problem.
figured
I've
we
already
wanted
got everything set to do 3 different ones.
Oh, thank you so much. You're just so on top of things, Debbie.
Yeah, I've already tested it on one of Lysigius's people to see how it works.
Oh, that was probably a good idea.
And I wanted to see what a worst case scenario looked like.
Oh, good point. All right, thank you. We can do we can whatever head to do that, or unless somebody else wants to talk about something else.
I'm all for going ahead and moving forward with that. Let's get the
So y'all ready
procedure
to go
done.
ahead and do Needup's ritual?
Yeah.
Might as well. Then two
All right.
more in the morning before we leave.
About 6:15, y'all are all down in Devi's laboratory now. And he has drawn in the stone a permanent etching for this ritual. And you notice he has it inlaid with silver in the floor.
What would
Some
that
pretty
tell us?
extensive work there.
Normally, the ritual requires you to powder up about 25 gold pieces worth of silver and gemstones and draw the symbol on the ground with the powder.
Uh-huh.
This is basically a permanent thing. It costs more to do it, but you can now do it at will.
So yeah, he went ahead and made something that because he knows this is going to be needed over and over and over again.
Because it's a one-shot thing to get a reading, but you're gonna have to check it to see is it spreading? Is it getting worse?
Yeah.
He
Okay.
looked at it from a research standpoint. He wanted to be able to do as much research as he could.
Okay. Cool.
And you notice bumping around in one of the corners is one of the automatons.
Hey.
Hey, that thing up and running.
It is not running very well. It's just simply running into the corner literally over and over constantly.
Ah, you gotta stop somewhere.
Sometimes
Debbie,
you just have to get up and turn it around.
Have you been having problems
hear.
with your vacuums?
Oh, I've been trying to fix that one.
Okay.
I actually got Lysigius's men to bring me one of their broken ones, and I actually managed to get it to where it would stand and walk around again, but it still doesn't seem to listen to them.
Oh, so
And it
this
just
one.
seems to be trying to walk into that corner. I don't know what it was commanded with, and it may have a command stuck in it.
Has anybody tried Dwarven commands?
No?
Has anybody read
So
iRobot?
walk over to the robot and tell it to stop in Dwarven.
It's
Nothing happens.
automaton.
All I can think of is
Lysigius and his people have been commanding these things the whole time.
all I can think of is iRobot, where the robot was always going to go do the job, and then it would turn around because of the radiation, and then it would turn back around to do the job.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
All right. So he is ready to start the ritual, and he asks you to stand in the middle of the chamber. And he asks you to put all your gear down other than your clothing. You don't have to strip or anything like that, but your gear could actually mess up the reading.
Okay.
Is there anything we should do, Debbie? Stand back or?
Now, Debbie, I have been practicing with these things. I think I may have a little bit of control over them. So
That's
I
neat.
wonder to see if my readings are a little different than the others.
Okay. Everyone just look at him because you're actually going to see the levels of energy within him. If you use this ritual on a normal person, it's an even color that shines out of the recipient. Imagine it kind of like a layer of fire coming out, but it doesn't stick very far. It's like a little dull candle that's all the colors in one. That's what
Okay,
an ordinary person looks like. Someone who has one of the stones in them has larger licks of the flame, and the licks of flame are different colors based on the energy that is within them. So we don't get anything numerical or anything like that. You just have to look at it and see.
Okay. So it will help for us to all watch.
Probably.
So is Nadeb
So-
gonna try touching an earthstone and then releasing when the flame gets to the right point?
Do we want to do that
He just
now?
stands in there.
He
Oh.
just. Well, I think we just need to figure out what he's got right now and then go from there, right?
hmm
We don't need to be going around just touching these things willy nilly.
Okay. So Nita takes all of his gear, puts it on the ground, and just goes in wearing his clothing. All right, just stand right there, and he's got a marker on the ground where you're supposed to stand, and then there's a little pedestal set up with the stone that y'all originally found and a set of notes next to it. And Debbie goes over there looking at the notes, and he starts performing the ritual and waving his hands, chanting, doing magical things as anyone would expect in a magic ritual. And as he does, the light in the room begins to dim down. And it's not actually darker, but everything just doesn't seem to be as bright because most of the light now seems to be coming from Nedip. And there is
Okay.
a dull candle sheen just shining around him with a coming off of his right area of his body is a lick of a whitish color. Coming off his left of his body is a lick of bluish color. And then coming from his center is a very large speck of brown.
All right, I'm gonna, while this is going on, I'm gonna try and suppress the water energy.
Nothing happens.
Okay, so it still shows no matter whether
This
I
is reading your
suppress it
soul.
or not. Okay.
Technically speaking, you're looking at your soul.
Okay.
Is the brown because you're a dwarf? Is that why it's in the center?
I would assume so because I haven't interacted with the Earthstone, and I would think that would be green.
And you
Not
now
brown.
notice that there is a small flashing of something coming off of his backside.
Turn around and look at my butt.
All right. What's
Nedip
coming
doesn't
off?
notice it. Everyone else notices there's like flaring of all different colors coming off of his backside.
Yeah, he's got gas.
Need up your butt's on fire.
You are a unicorn with rainbow farts.
I'm
Did you
confused.
sit on a
butt stallion.
stone?
Your butt stallion.
Do you have something in your back pocket?
We'll reach in my
Yeah,
back
do you have
pockets.
You
and
pull
make
out a
sure-
dagger.
I pull out a dagger.
Is it the clan dagger? Wait, no, he left that.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna.
the letter opener you found in Angar's room.
Oh.
I thought this was just a fancy piece of junk. Aren't y'all glad I held on to it now?
We still don't know
You
what
put
it
it in
is.
the pile.
Oh, I put it in the pile,
Mhm.
and it magically appeared in my butt.
In your pants.
Okay. That's convenient to know that I will always be armed, but I'm highly
It's
confused.
a letter opener. It's not a dagger. It looks like a dagger, but it's much smaller and weaker.
Okay.
But you notice it. All the colors of the flame are coming off of it.
Is it kind of like a combination of the colors, or is it like different parts of the dagger?
Is it a key?
Or
All the energies are coming off of it. You see 6 different flames.
Is it a key?
I don't think so. I'm gonna wave it back and forth in front of my face, just mesmerized by the colors, because
It's like a Technicolor flashy torch.
So it's an object that's somehow infected with all of the elements.
Yet it did not infect me.
Not by touching, but what about stabbing?
Again, it's a letter opener. It's not really
Yeah.
a weapon.
Did you ask
mean,
that as
you can
Satala,
still
or did you
stab
ask that as
somebody.
Derek?
Have you
stab
tried
someone with a
opening a
rock.
letter?
I asked that as Hatala.
I'm gonna reach out and try and like nick her shoulder with the blade.
No, I'm gonna move out of the way.
If you move from the center, the flames go out.
Okay. This is really interesting. Debbie, you ever seen anything like this before?
No. I thought y'all told you to put all your stuff up.
I did, and this magically popped in my back pocket again. I'm gonna
Here.
throw it across the room,
Hand it to me.
but
Just hand it to me.
I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone and nick her hand and then hand it to her.
No, I'm gonna. If he goes for the nick, and I'm gonna move out of the way.
Okay, I'll just hand it to her first.
Okay. You're holding the knife.
Okay, I'm gonna go put it down with his stuff,
Okay.
and then walk away.
And I'm gonna stare
Okay.
at my butt, anxiously
Okay.
waiting.
Your leg itches.
I don't see anything on my butt, but what? My leg is. Is this? Is it the knife?
It's shoved in your boot.
Let's call this a boot. We'll throw it across the room.
You throw it across the room.
Yes.
Your other leg itches now.
All right. So I got this awesome letter opener, which apparently will return to me.
Maybe
I
if
don't know
you
what
get
else to
tied up,
do.
you can unchain your, or untie your or cut the bonds.
Only if I'm tied up in letters.
Yeah, 'cause
If they
it wouldn't-
use
it wouldn't-
paper
it wouldn't be
bonds,
sharp. It
Or
wouldn't be
package
sharp.
tape. Packaging tape.
So
Well,
you said that the flame is basically an indication of a soul, correct? And the color of
Yeah, it's something to do with souls because these stones are burning the souls of the person who has the energy in them and converting it into the stone energy.
So is it possible this letter opener contains multiple souls as well as has the multicolor that it does?
It's possible. It may just have one soul that has all of them. Because Sidious sent one of his men, and that one man had 3 different energies in him.
Okay.
But he had no light from himself because part of the experiment that made him tore his soul out from him.
Mm.
And a
So
lot
the
of
only
the
energy was the energy of the stone itself.
and a lot of the magic that the Kiminoans did had to do with souls and taking the power from them and things. So
Yeah, the Kiminoans were expert at stealing the souls of unwilling individuals and forcing them to be their servants.
Mm.
Charles, the returning dagger I have, it physically comes back to my hand, right?
Yes,
We see it happen. So
Correct.
what's happening with this letter opener is different from that.
correct.
All right. What about this letter opener made it where it was attuned to you? That's my curiosity. Why wouldn't it? Is it just because you're the one that picked it up?
He found it and tried to hide it in his stuff.
Because if I picked it up and I put it down, it didn't come back to me. It went back to him. So it's attuned to him for some reason. It's just curiosity. I don't know where to go from there.
but I think the ownership of it is mine.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Hitalia, is your dagger, is it soul bound? Is that why it returns to your hand, or
No, it's just
Here, it's a-
returning.
toss it
it's
to
a
me and let me
standard-
hold it and see if it'll disappear from me.
The letter opener or my dagger?
The letter opener.
Go ahead, toss it to him.
Toss it over to him. Here you go.
All right. Let's see if it stays
good.
with me.
Acrobatics check to catch it since you said toss it to you.
I have to do a save or a catch.
Yeah,
Athletics.
acrobatics. That
Acrobatics.
seems more likely.
Okay. Okay.
All right, you managed to catch it deftly out of the air.
Whew. Whew. Yeah.
I didn't need it to do an athletics check.
Because I was throwing it.
Very hard, apparently.
It's like,
Here,
whoa.
catch!
That was only one away from a fumble for him, so he'd throw it as weak as
Yeah.
he could.
Hmm.
I barely threw it, and I
Ooh.
could just. It,
Because it's a plus 22. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Some crazy.
Oh my goodness.
yeah?
I'm about
I
to
gotta-
start throwing a lot more
I need to go
stuff.
see how much those belts are. Maybe I should hold it just to do better attacks.
All right, so you've got the dagger, the letter opener.
All right.
What do you do with it?
I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just trying to
hey,
see if it'll
Debbie,
disappear off of my person. I wonder if it stays with someone that has that is blessed or whatever we want to call it.
or if it, I mean, but it could just stay with somebody who puts it in their pocket.
Your backside now hurts.
Ow. Is it like?
Ow!
Is it hot or whose backside? Mine.
Need it.
Okay.
No, he's saying
Fine.
need it.
I pull this letter opener out of my backside.
This time the blade was in your underwear and it cut your butt cheek.
All right. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
No, no,
That-
no,
You really want butt cheek blood?
no. Hey, Debbie, toss me one of those earth stones that you got hanging out over there that you're researching.
No.
Come on.
You already have Earth. I can see it.
What?
Is that what that is? I thought
Yes,
that was
that's
because
what
I was
the brown
dwarf.
is.
You said the brown was the dwarf thing. Well, you didn't say that, but
And the brown is not in his underwear, right? That's not the streak.
I cut that out with a letter opener.
so Debbie, does this only show colors of the creation stones, or would it show your own spirit? Like, what would it show a
It
normal
does not.
person?
Everyone's soul is the same color.
I
So the
Okay.
only difference that it
we
shows.
can start lining up the colors of the flames with the stones. Because we're
Wait,
making
how did-
assumptions right now.
No. But how did Needip get Earth? What happened? Did he touch something that he wasn't supposed to sometime?
Tree or the saw?
Did anybody watch him? He could have got
Well,
it from.
Touched one, but I wasn't sure if I was successful, right? I guess this
Touched
cements
one
it.
win.
One of the many multi-rolls that I did trying to sneak off and investigate while y'all were in the
Are
tree.
you saying that as Needip or as Payton?
I'm not 100% sure if one of them was successful. But I'm assuming now that yes, one of them was.
Yes, he snuck off.
Yeah.
Are you telling us that?
Yes. I mean, no.
Oh,
I need to know what you're saying.
you're hurting the
Needip,
note taker.
character is gonna. But Needip,
Are
the
you
character,
asking
is
as a
gonna,
note
"Oh, that's
taker or as
weird."
Hatala?
I'm
Yeah,
asking. Well, no, I'm asking as Derek to know how Talon needs to react.
Oh,
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna be like the guy that looks down at his shirt and sees a mustard stain and goes, "Oh, where'd that come from?" So,
Debbie, could he have? I know that he's accidentally touched two things already, but he kind of knows and saw the cracks and everything. Could he have gotten Earth and not known about it?
No, you have to willfully touch a stone.
That's weird. Weird. How? That's weird. Can I now meld through stone and just slink away?
Because of the magic.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe I did touch an Earthstone. But y'all are just y'all are
Are
y'all
you
are too worried about this stuff.
are you unsure of what you've done? Because you're starting to confuse me. This is Hatala. You're starting to confuse me, and it's actually making me a little bit worried about you in more than one way.
So y'all are too afraid of this stuff, and I am tired of all the beating around the bush. We need to embrace these. They are gifts. I don't know why y'all think they're curses. Just
They're
we need
gonna
to-
kill
Debbie,
us.
have you been able to research on the time limits that we have? Like the more that we
Well,
have, the
as far as
shorter
I can
time we have.
understand, based on the amount of energy he's already got coming off of him and the weakness of his own soul, I'm guessing he maybe has 3 or 4 months left.
All right.
That's why it's a problem, Needip. That's why we're worried about it. You want 3 months to live? You're a dwarf. You should live much longer than that. Much longer than that. And you go off and you go touch some stone and you go just make. I can't even deal with you right now. Honestly, I can't deal with you right now. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go look at this automaton. And she's gonna go off and just look at the automaton. She's not really paying attention to it. She can't. She's pissed.
Can I get
Funny how,
measured to see how long
funny how
I have?
something so small can get so big mad.
I didn't hear
the,
that.
the enchantment starts to fade, and he's like, "It'll take about an hour to do it, but we still got time tonight if y'all want."
Yeah, let's see how long I have. Then whoever has the shorter lifespan gets the necklace.
All right, now you're gonna have to take your necklace off to stand in there.
That's fine.
Here, I'll take it.
Do I
for
need
you
to
and
leave
hold
all
on to
my
it.
armor.
Yes, you need to take off everything except for your clothing.
Okay.
Anything magical needs to be taken off,
All right, do that.
especially.
I'll get that done.
Which
while...
means his athletics roll would not have been that high.
Yep.
Who, me?
You gotta subtract 20 from that.
Just about. Just about.
Okay. So he's finished casting, and you're standing in the middle, and a glimmer of flame comes around you, like Nedip did, but it's about twice the size of Nedip's flame. And in the middle is a single large spike of red fire.
All right.
So there was a large spike of red fire.
Yep.
And there was something else too, or
Nope, nothing else.
okay.
So no death.
No, we actually determined that you never had that.
Really?
No, he
Wait,
did,
we? Wait a
He
second.
did.
That's I was like, hold up. No, we did determine he had
because he
that.
disintegrates things. He used to.
Yeah.
Is it possible that death doesn't show? Oh, by the way, that's me because Hatala's not talking. She's not paying attention. I can't ask questions. Sorry.
Eve, can you go get
She's
Hatala?
moving.
We're trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I'll go pat Hatala on the shoulder. Come on, Hatala. We get it.
What?
We're gonna
Is
see
it-
how long Cor's gonna live.
Okay, I'm interested in that. I'm sorry. I'll pay attention. All right, I'm looking now, and okay. I thought he had the darkness in him too. Can we not see that, Debbie? Have you tested that?
I've
before?
seen it on others.
Could it have been combated, or
Erase.
is there anything that looks different because of the soul of Nathaniel?
You start looking and you notice that the normal candle glow in him is two different colors. One
Okay.
slightly blue and the other one standard yellow.
Can we?
You got a
We're
passenger.
examining souls. Can we change over to another soul? Like, since it's examining the soul, right? So is this like where we have to like change
It's
tabs?
showing all of it at once.
Is it?
No, it's showing all that you have in you.
So it's not
It's
just
showing all of them.
So it's showing all of Core and Nathaniel, or is it just showing Core?
It's
Everything
just
that
showing
you
what
have
all
within
have.
you.
Wherever it comes from, it doesn't care.
Okay.
And
could-
Debbie looks at it and is like, without that blue highlight in there, or that other color, whatever it is, I would guess you only had about 3 months left, but now it does look like you have a good 6.
Okay.
So if you do have Nathaniel's soul in you, it's giving you extra time because you actually have more than one soul within you.
But what if he has darkness and we're not seeing it?
I don't see any darkness in here.
So
will
it's
show
just
everything.
not there.
Uh,
I
Yeah.
get that, but I'm
There would be another darker flame sticking out somewhere.
interesting.
You haven't checked your cracks in a long time.
All right. I'll take off the shirt I'm wearing to toss that on over.
And you notice the cracks are glowing neon colored right now. Super bright.
Was this? Did we see this on Nedip, or was he wearing his gloves?
He was wearing his clothing, so you didn't see anything.
Okay.
And the cracks are all bright red.
Huh. The Titan.
Is this, Debbie? Is this empowering these things at all? Like, does this ritual?
From what I understand, it just highlights what's there.
Okay, I just getting a little worried that if they stand in there too long, does it make it worse?
Yeah,
That
the
would be
magic
bad.
fades on its own, so it's not like any length of time will do anything, as far as I can tell.
Maybe the Death
Okay.
Titan was my daddy.
I hope
Still
not.
thinking of what
Did
it's
you
doing.
tell Debbie about the incident with the hand?
The fire hand? That's a good question.
I think we try to catch
I
him
can
up
see that
whenever
we-
we try to.
Yeah, if we didn't, Debbie, do you remember that we talked about the fire titan hand and the death? The Quillith stones were destroyed by the fire titan's hand.
Yeah,
The darkness could have been destroyed because you have fire.
and didn't he stick his hand in the fire?
He did. While we were there, he did stick his hand in the fire to see if it would burn him.
The elemental flames. I don't know. I didn't do it into the actual lava hand though. Right.
No,
No,
because
you
that was
did
too
it
far
into the
away.
fire coming from the Titan hand.
It was fire that was coming from and up because it was what was burning the temple. You put your
Okay.
hand in to
Yeah.
make sure it wouldn't burn you.
I remember sticking my hand in some fire. That was
I don't know if this is a better thing or not because we talked about the needing of balancing things.
yeah.
Does this help, or does it mean he has to get it again, or does the balance
Yeah.
only have to come from an opposite?
And y'all specified that the Titan hand burned up those Quillith stones, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That
From the research I've done, I don't think the Quillith stones are true creation stones. I think they're artificial creation stones.
That would make sense.
Maybe that's why the Titan's flame is pure enough to burn those impure stones away. And wasn't the problem in Bastul caused by a section of the cloth tablet getting mixed in with the paint?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was flecks of the.
So maybe that was an impure version of death and not the real death.
Okay.
Because from what I
What-
understand, the real death stones didn't. When the death stone that was in that temple y'all found, when they infected it with the Quillith, it turned dull gray.
Right.
Because it was pure black.
Right.
Bye bye.
There it is.
Retro.
A lute or a flute? Today's bard question of the day. Is it better to have a lute
Or a
flute?
toot.
A toot? A tooting lute flute?
All right. So maybe perhaps then the blood of the Death Titan is pure black and is true Death Stone. And Koala Stones are actually just a
Version of
window to death, basically. They have aspects of it, but they're not the real thing.
Okay. It was imposters.
Does that mean, are we saying that he was likely infected by the false ones? And it was.
Well, he was infected in Bastul.
Hey
Yes.
guys,
and it
Quit.
turned out.
what do you guys think would happen if we put the if we were able to get our hands on a Death Titan body part and we put it into the flames in Zan, do you think that would eventually purify the Titan over time, or at least counteract the infection?
Because it could take away the Quellith?
Yeah, because they're never truly
Because that was
dead,
what
and
he was
they're always
infected by?
trying to come back together. It just takes eons to do.
I think there's a possibility that could be beneficial, but it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
I just
take
don't want to
away-
affect the Fire Titan, though.
I
Yeah.
don't think we're going to infect the Fire Titan.
If it's burning it away. Yeah.
If it's
That's a
burning it
good-
away, it's going to leave nothing but the blood of the
Alright.
Death Titan behind.
Okay.
We just need a way to procure that Fire Titan hand and have it somewhere where we can easily access it.
Well, is it possible that him being infected by the creation stone of fire, that he could begin to purify them?
I guess if you had
like
enough
if I
control
held
of
the
it,
Quel'Tha
possible.
stones, if I could be infected by Quel'Tha,
If not necessarily you held them, but if they were put to the cracks.
what
Because if
if
you remember, there was the
Atala-
gem that went in my hand. I put it against a crack in the house, and it went away. Not the same thing, I know, but what if?
I think we're gonna have to deal with some more along the lines of like balancing or counteracting. So, in your opinion, what would be the opposite of fire? Would it be traditional water or would it be earth? I mean, there's
heart?
multiple elements in play here, so it's not just a simple like, re-item rock paper scissors.
Well, air beats water, so
Do we know that for sure?
blow on a cup of water.
The water is still there.
If you blow hard
No.
enough.
No, air and
It's
water
still
make
there.
either storms or ice. Your choice.
Right.
Because based on the research I've done, there was an offspring between the air and the water titan that was the cold titan.
There's
make
an
sense.
interesting thing on this. Oh, come on, brain work. We've never seen, which this is the first moment we've seen something go away that had to deal with these. And in Needup's case, he has 3 things in him. And Debbie, did it look like anything was combating any of the others, making them go down?
I
Did
couldn't
you-
see anything like that. They look like 3 separate flames.
Right. So my thought is, these don't fight against each other normally, but the fire seems to fight against the darkness. But it may be because of the Quel'Tha.
Yeah, I think the darkness is nothing to do with the actual blood of the Death
May I-
Titan to deal with.
May I get on the circle now?
Sure.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
gonna get
come up.
on the circle.
Hey, before I put my shirt on, guys, does it look like my cracks have gotten bigger since I've been wearing the
Are you
necklace?
Yeah,
flexing?
you need to
your,
lay off. You need to
Yeah.
lay off the extra biscuits at breakfast.
Are you flexing your muscles as you do this?
They've only grown a very small amount compared to how fast they were growing before you put the necklace on.
All right. All right. Well, here, Nadeb, why don't you wear the necklace? I've got twice as long to live as you do. We can go back and reassess this in 3 months if you want to give it back
But
to
keep
I
me.
don't know why
mind-
y'all are.
Keep
I don't
in
know why
mind,
y'all are freaking out about like 3 months to live. We've only been on this journey for like a week or 2, and we've almost died. I can't tell you how many times. Y'all are worried about 3 months.
but you're
At this
setting
point,
your.
it's already been over a month.
Okay, but 1 month, and we've already died how many times, or close to dying how many times?
But that's different than putting yourself in a position to
We
draw a
gotta
line
figure-
in the sand and say, "This is where I'm going to die."
We got to figure this out, and if that takes me putting
Figuring
my life at
figuring it
risk-
out is different than going and just touching stuff and infecting yourself with things.
With your type of, let's say, curiosity, you're probably gonna die in about a month.
And that's coming from a gnome.
And if you die, then you'll never get to find out what's in that hole. You'll-
Do it for
I
the
do not
whole.
fear death.
Hey, I
I
claim rights
fear
to his whole if he
fallen
dies.
world.
I need to sign this document right here,
Core.
giving me rights to the. Yes, sir.
Core, I know you're passing your necklace on because he has less time to live and you're trying to help with that. But if you do remember, part of the reason that necklace was very beneficial to you is because you were starting fires in your sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just wet the
But
bed.
are we really concerned with that? I guess.
I just wanted to bring it back up, make sure
Okay.
that we're thinking on the level of what
All right.
the
I tell you what. I will
one
keep
of
it,
the
and we'll just.
immediate problems were.
We'll just
One question, Will. Remember, you had said that you didn't need to use the feat to gain your blood spell.
He still has to do 3 feats before he can do a new one.
you're talking
When
about.
you're doing your level.
I think I'm just gonna
Archetype.
keep the way I leveled up. It'll be fine.
Okay.
But that
Just
means
making
you
sure.
I
can't.
was gonna look at swapping it, but it'll be okay.
But you that was your third one, right?
That was this.
Your third archetype pick. So then you
I
could
mean,
pick
yeah,
a new
'cause
Yeah, he
archetype
got the
after that.
archetype and spells, then blood spells.
Yeah, so you have to do
No.
3 before you can pick others.
No, he got archetype. No, the archetype gave him the cantrips. Then he got the first level spells, and then he got the blood spells.
right.
Yes, so that's
So this
that's
is
3.
this is
So
technically
now
the second one. So now in the
when we
future, I can
level
pick
up again, you could gain control of the creation stuff if you wanted to choose that.
Yeah. Yeah. and I was
Granted,
gonna-
we don't know that exists except for Needup's.
Do we have a
Whatever.
Firestone and Lifestone? We
Are
just
you
don't
asking
have a
this
Deathstone.
as Needup or
I'm asking Debbie. Debbie, do we have a
Debbie?
Firestone, a
Don't
Lifestone,
give him
or a
any
Deathstone?
stones.
We have everything but a true death stone.
Good.
Okay. Good to know. And if you were placing those in your chest, which side would you put the
Don't tell him.
the
Don't tell him.
Lifestone and the
All the stones
Firestone
are
on?
locked in the vault.
And are you the only one that has access to that?
Right now, yes.
Okay.
Need it?
Although I'm probably going to be enhancing the security on it now.
Thank you, Debbie.
There's no need
So
for
what
that.
What happens when I'm in the circle?
All right. The spell flares up, and you see the small amount of the white fire coming off of you and a much brighter regular soul.
That would make sense.
And he guesses you probably have about 10 months to live.
Yes, almost a year.
Debbie, Debbie, I know that my shadow is infected with this thing, but do you think this could tell us anything?
We can try. I mean, it still shows the soul if you're an ordinary person.
Is it gonna work if she takes off the necklace? Because she'll have to keep that on.
Ooh, good point.
Take it off. You'll be fine.
All right.
So
Need
the
it
only
was
way to take it
tired
off
of
would be
hearing
to
your
have to
voice.
have her bound.
Yeah.
Let's lock it. Let's tie her to a chair and then take it off.
Look, okay, hold up. It's important to know what this is. So, in this rare occasion, I actually am okay with the chair tying idea. No shackles, nothing like that. Rope would be fine. And I'd prefer if Core's the one that does it.
Why not Winky?
Winky, you can help. That's fine, but I don't want it Needup anywhere near me. That's it. That's it. That's all I ask. Keep
She's
Needup away from me right
she's
now.
Needup,
I
I'll
want
stand in the corner.
She is very pissed at you.
I want the.
I'll go
I'm gonna
stand
do
in the
tr-
corner by the chest of stones.
No,
No, the
Get
one
get
with
away
the-
from over there.
There's no
The
chest
other
of
one,
stones.
There's no chest of stones.
Yeah, they're not there anymore.
Go stand by the automaton. Go over there.
At this point, the vault has been finished and is in use.
Is it a stone vault?
Nope,
Oh,
it's a
God.
magic stone vault, unbreakable by magic.
You know what else is unbreakable, my magic?
Y'all are no fun.
Neither are you.
You think you're too much fun. All right. I think I'm ready. Just I'll sit on the chair. You guys tie me up. Make sure it's good. Then take off the necklace and just. Is the chair going to be a problem inside the circle, Debbie?
No, it's not magical, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. And then take off the necklace and just shove me in there.
Okay. So they sit you down in the chair in the center of the room, shackle you up,
Yeah.
pull off the necklace, and get out as he starts casting the spell.
Akar, can you-
Almost instantaneously, Hatala begins to whine and cry that it's hurting her and you tied it too tight.
Mhm, mhm.
No, we're not gonna let you go.
Patala's not a wimp, guys. Don't.
I don't know.
No, seriously, this hurts. I don't like this. You tied it way too tight.
Tony didn't tie
Shut
you?
up. We'll untie you when this necklace is back on you.
Will
What?
make a will save.
Oh man.
Make it
don't
yourself,
trust
say.
Oh, I just put the knife away.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It almost.
Okay.
I saw that one for a second. I was like, oh.
Hatala unleashes a torrent of profanity at you in an attempt to intimidate you.
You potty mouth little halfling.
She was saying cuss words.
I'm gonna hit her back with an intimidating glare and tell her to be quiet and sit there.
I'm gonna hit it with my hammer.
No.
Where's
I don't want to.
where's that one at?
It's in your laboratory.
No, I'm looking
Go
for
to
intimidating
laboratory?
glare.
Yeah, it's in laboratory. It's right under there. I'm looking at your screen.
Hmm?
It's right under there.
Ooh, this is
Spell
so
in
hard.
my,
This
I
is
don't
so
have the
hard.
spell in Foundry right now,
It's right under there.
but if this doesn't work, I'd like to charm Hatala.
Are we getting anything from Debbie or any of her from the
He's still
spell?
casting. It takes an hour to cast a spell.
Oh snap! We gotta stand here.
Dad,
Do an intimidating glare on her.
Peyton's trying to get his character to charm Tala's.
So
I
do
can't
intimidation.
do anything. I'm not in my own mind.
You have
Yes,
to
you
make an
are.
intimidation check, Will.
I essentially am an NPC at the moment.
It's skill intimidation.
Right now, Daddy, right now, your character's an NPC, but you're not.
Oops, sorry.
Unless you were a robot.
Figured that
you are
second.
not an
I was
NPC.
clicking off and I accidentally clicked it.
What, Kai?
Be quiet.
I don't want to be quiet.
Obviously.
Dad said I have to do more action, so you have to be quiet too. If I'm be quiet, so you shut up.
Hatala just kind of sneers at you when you do your attempt.
Hmm.
Getting some for serious exorcist vibes over here.
Can I get a will save? The +4.
She
second
starts.
stamp?
She turns to Eve. Eve, why don't you? Why don't you? Ah, screw it! Dang it!
I'm gonna hit you with my hammer.
She rolled a 1, so she's not intimidating or deceiving Eve in any form or fashion.
I'm not afraid to hit you with my hammer, weirdo.
But tell her, everyone knows that this is not Hatala right now. No one do anything. No one assist her. Does that give anyone advantage with a kind of a
Someone give me a piece of bread. I want to throw it in her face.
Winky.
Jeez.
All right.
What? It won't hurt Tala. It only hurt that thing.
At this
Oh.
point, you notice she is trying to wiggle out of the chair.
Oh, I did the bonds really good.
Yeah, I also did the triple dipple dipple dapper knot.
Who's holding her necklace?
Hey, we need some post up on the
I
door. Akar, can you post up on the door in case she gets free? There should only be one
Somebody-
exit.
And somebody use Tanglefoot on the chair.
Don't
I'm-
cast magic in a magic circle.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Never mind.
I'm
It
not
looks
very
like he's getting close to finishing the spell.
I'm not very strong, but who knows what this thing does to me.
It's her superpowers. Oh, something's wrong.
Winky,
with-
she starts tearing into you verbally.
What?
Make a will save.
I don't even know what that means.
He called you short and ugly.
I don't
And
care.
you dress very plainly.
I don't care.
It's like a little kid tearing into you on Fortnite.
I never talked to.
You ain't got nothing to worry about.
You weren't paying attention, and they used language that went over your head.
He's still trying to find a piece of bread.
And then I look up and I say, what?
All of a sudden, Atala starts going, ow, 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 and you can see her pinky is jammed in the ropes as she's been trying to loosen them up, and now her pinky's in the ropes.
I'm gonna freak out.
And the spell finishes, and you see her aura, and there is a dim shadow in her aura as well.
Can we take the shadow out? I don't remember your
No,
name.
it's not a flame.
Debbie.
Like how Nathaniel had a blue shadow in his flame, Nathaniel's soul, in Kor's flame, there is a small shadow in her soul.
So let's see.
Debbie looks at it and he's like, well, you don't have any creation energy, but I can see that your soul is muddled a little bit.
Bubbled.
I think this spell isn't the right spell to try to see how it's embedded in you, but it does at least show that we do see it.
Can someone touch the fire?
No, you'd have to break the circle.
Dang it!
So
Stupid
do we have the
circles.
information we need? We can go ahead and get her out.
It's up to you. At this point, the spell's done, and you've already seen the flames.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get the necklace back on her. And
Wait, but we can't get the
You
necklace
want to
back on
untie her first, or
with the.
Make an athletics check to put it on her, because she is struggling.
I got it.
I got no.
hold
I
her
got,
head.
oh,
Hold
wait.
her head.
No, it doesn't make sense. How does he get the athletics?
Because he has a
Or
plus
putting some-
22.
No, he's putting something. He's putting
Still
something
outweighs
on
me.
you.
Just
That
walk
doesn't
up
make
and just
sense.
like whoop, over her neck,
That doesn't make sense.
or do like a cornhole throw and like
No.
hold the amulet and just like chunk it from across the
No.
room. Get it right.
You don't
You
need it.
still
You just
sucky
Winky.
rolled at
The
it.
reason it's athletics is because what he's doing is holding her still for Kor to put it on.
There you go.
that makes more sense.
Yes. Kor's not making an athletics check. Nita is for holding her.
But Nita isn't supposed to touch people.
He's got gloves
Got
on,
gloves
dude.
on.
If he's holding the bottom of the chair, I'm fine with it. But if he's holding,
I
Taking my
I
gloves off.
Atala
appreciate-
tries to buck wildly away from the necklace, but instead bucks her head straight into it.
There we go.
And just for reference, I took my gloves off last week to pat Akara on the back, just to make sure everybody's aware of that.
purposely to show that he has the ability to not transfer it.
Right.
Which we were kind of like, what's going on? But now, well, not now. We still don't understand that. I would
he
think.
didn't put
I
his.
don't
He-
know
he-
what's going on, but everybody look
He
at
didn't
it.
put his. He didn't. Say,
Atala, you're slightly dazed, but you're back again.
he didn't put his gloves back on.
It's like
so
you
that's
blacked
fine.
out. You don't know what happened.
What did it?
Yeah, but-
Did you? What's going on?
Is she
You
back
got
though?
quite the potty mouth.
You had
Didn't
a
know
potty
that you
mouth.
had that kind of repertoire in your.
You had potty mouth.
You know,
How's your pinky?
Have you been sailing?
I don't know. My hand kind of hurts.
Your hand hurts really bad right now.
I don't know what I did to it. It hurts.
Maybe
Your
the
pinky
soul-
finger is completely dislocated.
Ew.
Oh,
Hey,
Here.
While she's still tied
I'm
up.
gonna
I'll go ahead and pop it
head
into
over
place.
to him and he'll. I'm
No,
gonna head over to
No, you don't do
Tyler.
it like me.
I know
I did
what
it
I'm
wrong. I'm gonna
doing.
pop it back out of socket again and then pop it back in socket again.
she didn't get anywhere near you for you to touch her.
I've already got you in like a headlock, so Will could put the necklace on you.
Yeah.
If that's the case, so you just held me there while they were untying me.
Yeah.
Just the whole
Great.
time. Just has
But
yet
he
to
had
release
no
you.
gloves on. He never said he wanted to put his gloves back on.
Yeah, but I can
So-
control whether or not I infuse somebody with.
No, you can't.
He's had the gloves on this whole time.
So
No,
a
he hasn't.
question on his ability to transfer. So he has, was it 3 that he has now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the amount of earth is double the other two.
But I thought it was just opposing traits that he needed. So if it was earth versus water, those two would oppose,
know,
and that
maybe
balances. So
maybe
then the
he
third
had-
one is a wild card, and that's what you would infect people with.
Maybe he got Earth when he
Now-
was sleeping in the ground with the with the what was it?
He got Earth because he snuck off and touched an Earth stone.
I did it on purpose.
Winky.
He told us. Obviously, you weren't listening.
I was listening.
Am I still
just
being
didn't
held down?
understand.
No,
That's
I
Winky.
let you go.
I feel like I'm like, get off of me.
I'm
Get
still
off
trying to
of me.
figure out the balance thing though.
So that's what I've been trying to tell you, is that getting the other stones and balancing out is not necessarily going to take this power away. We might as well embrace it and learn from it
Well,
and use it
Debbie
to our
tells you that
advantage.
from what he's learned, there is no balancing the power out. When you have balanced levels of the energy, it's no longer. It burns the soul because it's imbalanced. That's what the
Right.
balance does. It prevents damage to the soul of the recipient.
That means you get all of it, all the powers, everything.
Needham, you think you've got this all figured out, but yet you put more earth in you than you probably needed to, which only is probably hindering your ability to live longer. I
I'll
get
just
that
get-
you're figuring this out, but quit figuring it out by trial and error, and let's work with
No.
Debbie here and do it
Debbie
smart.
tells you that based on the amount of energies within you, he's
Actually,
guessing that the Earthstone you touched took half your life off.
'cause
I
I
was only
don't
gonna
think
live for
I
6
don't
months
think
to
you're
get more.
I don't think you're balanced, and I don't understand how a car didn't get infected though.
no more popcorn.
I can
Yeah, yeah.
decide whether or not to spread it. I can feel the power,
I
and
got the power.
Is that like a druid thing or just
It's a.
you
No,
just
this
you
is
just
a
have so much
completely-
energy in you now?
this is a completely different field than my druidic connection.
He's
Yeah, I am familiar with magic, and this is not the same. And I just too many
Oh,
times we fear
Not
the
the real-
magic. I feel
he's
like
not
this
the
is
real
just a
leader.
very
You
primal.
can feel that it flows from within, not from without. Like your druidic magic comes from somewhere else and flows through you. It
Right.
comes from nature
I
itself.
think I've got it now.
This, you feel it within you.
I
either
got
need
you.
it when he
And
snuck
core,
off.
you can
Why
feel
is
it within you, but you don't have any say whatsoever over what it does.
I think I got it. Cool.
Same with Winky.
Yeah. I got it. Cool.
If y'all are interested, I might be able to help you learn to control it
Sure, I'll do some studying with you.
at some point.
What did y'all see when you looked at me?
Well, I was
One
Pretty
ugly
hurt.
half.
pretty hurt with what
I'm
you
gonna
told me.
kick him in the shin.
Ow.
Did y'all tell me?
Sure. We saw a shadow. Remember how? Oh, you remember how Nathaniel looked in mine? It'd be similar to that, but it was a shadow within your fire.
Is it taking away my life?
Like, we
Doesn't
didn't
look
really
like it.
have the right information. We couldn't get a good read. It's not the right spell or ritual for this.
Debbie says the amount of light you give looks like an ordinary human who
Yeah.
does not have creation stones within them, but the color has a shadow within it. He
So
doesn't know
somehow-
if that shadow is growing or staying exactly the same, but it is not diminishing your flame.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Debbie.
If I think I should get the necklace.
You're not setting
You know,
things
I
on
want-
fire, though. You got 10 months.
You've got the longest
the
amount of
longest.
time. And
Care?
All
Need
right,
it
so Winky.
perfectly
So I
fine.
vote no to Winky's request.
I'm kidding.
And Debbie
Yeah.
tells you that he believes that the necklace may give you double to triple what the lifespan is.
So I have like a year and a half. If I had it.
No, I
Which
have a
means
year and a
he's
half. You have
guessing core with the necklace, you probably have a little over a year before you need to figure it out.
Cool.
So if I
Well,
get
he-
down to like a month, maybe give me the necklace.
sure.
No, we'll just find you a new one.
so the only other way
But
to
that would
make
give us
sure
both
that it's
3
not
months.
eating at your soul is to
Yeah, give us
perfectly
another 3
combine.
months.
That'll
Or
become,
remove your soul.
Which is on the to-do list.
or do the remove your soul and put it into
A stone.
essentially a necklace or stone
Hey,
or whatever it
guys-
was. Yeah.
Guys, Jeff wasn't here for that entire time. We're gonna have to explain it to him.
Jeff hasn't been here for 35 sessions, so
Yeah,
It'll be okay.
I'm catching up slowly.
Devi tells you that after he looked at the journal, he's fairly certain that what Einganar was looking for was the ritual that allows someone to remove their soul but keep their self. Because based on the journal readings he read, the magic he did when he did his experiments down under the tree forced the soul out of the recipient, but it also took all their memories with it.
Man, why you gotta make me dying and then
Because the soul is where you are. So if someone takes your soul using the way the Kaminoans do it, you're no longer you anymore.
and they used it to basically power stuff.
Wait.
Mhm.
Hey, I don't remember your name. I don't.
A
A
car?
car?
No.
Name is Jeff.
Why did we
Eve,
all think it was a car?
Atala, Nadep, Core,
Devi?
Benevolent GM.
Yeah. Devi, is there a way to switch people's bodies?
I'd imagine there is. I don't know in a way. I mean, technically speaking, if you have the ability to remove a soul, you should at the same time have the ability to impart a soul too.
Can you make Nita Barak?
That's not the same thing.
Can you make Nita a
Rocks,
squirrel?
rocks usually don't have souls.
Can you make Nita a squirrel?
And he is a druid, so I'm pretty sure he can do all those things himself.
But I want him to forever be a squirrel.
Do we know if there's a way to remove the soul, cleanse it, re-impart it back into them, and they retain their memories?
Like a pool filter.
Yeah.
What
well,
The
Yeah,
creation, the
remove
creation energy stays in your body.
Yeah.
It infests your body, but it burns your soul to fuel itself.
Yeah, so you're pulling the soul out so that it cannot be burned away anymore.
Yes, you take the soul out and put it into a receptacle, and you no longer can have your body consume the soul, but you still have all your memories.
You also can live forever.
Ooh,
Yes.
Hatala. What if I give you a hug
It's basically
and I
like what a
crit
lich
on the
does, but not
hug
a-
and
What are you saying?
What?
He wanted to critically hug you.
critically hug you,
Oh.
and then I can purify you with fire?
I don't know if a hug would count as a critical attack on that, but
If I did
Well,
it
if you
really
try to do a
fiercely
bear
and
hug,
just
you can do it
Yeah,
athletics
if
yeah,
you-
check.
really get
yeah,
in
if
there.
you- but I mean, I would think that at the same time you would probably harm me with the hug,
I mean,
just without the.
It would be an explosion of flame.
So you're saying you're trying to burn away this thing in me.
the shadow.
I just
Right.
thought this is actually sounding like something I might want to do. Hold up.
I'm gonna go to the Anati and ask for a bowl of popcorn.
The
Okay.
Anati are not down here.
totally want to watch this. This
It's
is
worth
gonna
it.
be entertaining.
Okay, so
I'm gonna put. I'm
are
gonna
we?
put some flame resistant.
Is
chickens
there
on.
anything else we're still trying to figure out, or are we gonna go to bed?
I don't know if
It's
there's
really late now.
Yeah, it's got to be like 10 o'clock.
All right.
It's
Let's say
11:15.
for the sake of moving on and not
11:52.
taking another hour, because we're already an hour in now.
It's 11:15 p.m.
We ready for bed?
I don't. Well, that's been paused the whole time.
No, it's 11:15 p.m.
I've been moving the timer.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm the
It
smart
started
one.
at 4:30 when y'all first started.
I'm the smart one.
All right. Well, then I'm definitely ready for bed because all that
I'm gonna go to
stuff
sleep.
I don't
too.
remember doing tired me out. And then
Yes, your muscles feel very strained right now.
the emotional,
Do you want me to fix your finger, Hadala?
I actually would if you would do that, I would be very appreciative of you.
Man, I want to prank Need by stuffing a bunch of pebbles in his underwear.
I don't think you're supposed to say that where he can hear you.
And it doesn't help if you tell your victim out loud what you want to do to them.
It's like you're gonna need up gets a message in the morning. You've got rocks in your underwear.
I don't know how
Who
to
could have
spell
done
it, so
this?
Who possibly could have done this? Nobody will ever know. More.
You don't have to worry about spelling. Just spell it to the best of your ability.
but that's the problem.
It's text. Make something that sounds so that as long as it sounds phonetically like what you're trying to say, that's all that matters.
So in Foundry, it's what /W
/GM.
GM or
Just
/GM.
/GM. I just tested it.
We're gonna slash GM.
But you got to put space and some words in there, not just /GM.
Yeah, you got to actually type something. That's why I typed test.
Like /GM space test would do it. Nita.
Oh, by the way,
There you
I said what I did, but the only person that could see that I did that was Charles. But
Yeah.
That's what I did. What? I don't see it.
all right. As we head
Some-
to through the tree and go to bed, I want to stop by one of the Anati, and I want to basically, if you could keep watch of Needip and see if he's trying to sneak around, and if he is, if you could notify myself or Core or one of us. I think he's been sleepwalking or something. And I just want
We
to
will
make
keep
sure that
an eye
he's
out.
safe. Thank you very much for your help.
No problem. It'd be a shame if you fell off the tree.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Big tree.
I'm gonna head to bed.
Okay. All right, y'all all wake up, have a decent night's sleep. Nothing seems to have happened too strange in the tree overnight.
All right, breakfast and hit the road.
Apparently, it's overcast with light drizzles possible today.
Good thing we're going underground.
While we're having breakfast, is Maury there?
Hold on.
I gotta go bathroom.
Is who there?
Maury?
No, she's always gone before dawn.
Okay.
She usually comes back to the tree around 10 or 11 to get a snack before heading out again.
That's okay.
Hey, quick question.
The Anadi are happily waiting for everyone at breakfast. It seems the level of people in the tree have gone back to somewhat normal.
Is Mr. Lakewood left? Can we tell?
You don't know because you've never known when he was here.
Right.
No one seems to tell you that.
Okay.
Did we get let's get Eric. Is Eric here?
He is still here, yes.
I'd like to go talk with him, let him know that we're going down to the city underneath if he'd like to join us down there.
Sure. And his friend, the spellcaster, wants to go too.
Cool, cool, cool.
The rest of his men seem to be happy to hang out in the tree for the day.
Okay.
But you notice they're all getting their equipment ready because you guess that they're probably getting ready to go tomorrow.
Okay.
Eric, are you guys planning to go with Tim all the way down to Bastool, or are you guys? I guess I'm just trying to figure out where the destination will. Is Bastille the destination we're trying to get to with Tim? Is that what we had talked about?
He was going to at least get Tim down to Care.
Cares?
I mean, they may be traveling. I can't remember what they said, but they may be traveling to Bastille, but they could at least get it to Cares, since that's where he lives.
True. Take a trip by Nadip's hole.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all are eating your breakfast, and a messenger comes in to the tree.
Did they come from the portal room or?
He's an Order of the Keys messenger.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
He comes in, hey, adventurers,
Yes, sir. You're looking for us.
I have some letters for you.
Okay. What do you have, sir?
First off, I have a short letter from a jeweler of some kind. I believe it's to you, Core.
Ah, thank you. I'll take the letter.
And then I have a letter for Master Dwarf. It's actually addressed to Master Dwarf.
If only he was here. He's too deep in his He's too deep in his breakfast beer.
No, he's too deep in those mushrooms.
Core, did they say that's from a jeweler?
Yeah, I just need a letter opener or something to get this open with. I got it. I'll read.
Check your butt.
I'll read the letter while we're waiting on Nadep to get back.
All right. The letter tells you that he thinks he may have found one more of your balanced tokens.
Great.
He hasn't found a reliquary yet, but he has found the balance.
Cool.
And he has a lead that might lead him towards another one.
Great. It doesn't say how much or any price tags or anything on it.
It says that it will be 25 gold for the balance coin.
All right. Messenger, would you be willing to take another message to this jeweler? All right. I would like to send a return letter to him. We'd like to make the purchase for the necklace, or for the one that he had found.
Do you have anything to write with right now?
I always keep
the messenger
pen and paper. Yeah, I always keep pen and paper in my bag. So I'll make this scribbles and I make it written up, and if he's able to find another, we'll pick that one up as well. And
no problem.
I'll close it up.
I'll have this delivered today.
Wax and seal, stamp, because I probably have that too. No, I'll hand that to him.
Yep.
And I don't know how much he charges, but I'll give him a little something to make that run too.
No problem. Master Dwarf, here's your letter.
Sorry, I forgot I muted myself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And there's a letter that actually is literally addressed Master Dwarf.
Did Winky get a letter?
No, you did not.
Like to open my letter and read it.
What are you opening it
There's
with?
2 pieces of paper in there. One of them looks like a fairly official document of some kind, and the other is a short letter.
Okay. I'll look at the short letter first.
Okay. Dear Mr. Dwarf, I do not know your name. I was simply told to contact you regarding a holding that you had asked interest about in a area south or east of Bastille. I have done some research, contacted the authorities. Apparently you'd already made inquiries and never returned to get them. So I have the paperwork that you have requested. That's basically what the letter says.
Wonderful.
And it's signed by the name of the guy you never got to meet, the one that's terrified of spiders.
His name was...
Boralis.
Yep, that's it.
So I'd like to, while the guy's still standing there, just flip the piece of small scrap of paper over on the back. Let me look over the official documents first.
Okay. And the official document is a registered claim to unclaimed lands.
Okay. So now technically everything that hole is
Basically,
have
the way
right
it works is because no one has ever no one has within the last 100 years made a claim to that area of land that is anywhere recordable on deed anywhere that they can find. That you, being the first person to request it, now have access to that spot and everything within 1 mile of it.
Wonderful. So I'm going to flip
You're
over
very
the.
quiet.
Sorry. Let's see. Let's see what I can do about that. Better? Worse?
So I turned your
Better?
volume up
Wow.
again, so
Yeah, no, you can undo that. You're blowing out
Too
my
much?
volume. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Everyone
Are
in the
you not
Twitch stream,
I simply turned your
satisfied?
volume up on my end.
Okay.
yeah, just set it back to the way you had it.
All right. There we go. So I'll flip over the sheet of paper with a small note, and on the back, write back saying, now that I have rights to this land and area, I'm looking for a business partner like yourself that is into excavations and mining procedures. I know that you will oversee it in a way that would be most beneficial. I await to hear your decision whether it would be worth partnering on, and we can further discuss the details of the partnership if need be.
All right.
Fold it up and hand it back to the courier and send him off
He
with
takes
a.
I'll deliver it.
Thank you, sir.
And I believe Mr. Lakewood says that if you manage to help him with the question he asked you about, he will grant you an audience with the Adventurers Guild.
Yes, that is what he told
That's
us.
accurate.
Yes, I have the paperwork filled out for that once you have appeased his quest.
Thank you.
So lean over to a Hatala and say, "What did he want us to do again?"
We need to
Find
find
his
Oh, no.
where his great great grandfather was. What happened to him?
Okay.
Are we set and ready to go now?
All right, so what do I do now?
If everything's ready, pretty
Hey.
sure we're stocked up on rations, and well, there's no way to get rations now. Anyhow, we should have 2 weeks worth of
Core.
rations. Yo,
I just remembered there was a stone, a rock that we found that was we put it in your bag of holding. It was a glittering stone. Do you remember that? Is it still in there?
that's right. I have a bag of holding.
Yeah, it was the one you wanted to get the dwarf to look at because he wasn't here.
Yeah, I just was, I don't know, I kind of got lost when y'all were talking about letters and stuff, and all of a sudden I remembered this stone.
I'll take it out. This one?
Yeah, it was glittering. We thought
Ooh,
Nita
that looks
might wanna
interesting.
Look at it.
I'll go ahead and snatch it from him.
All right, make a mining lore check.
Alrighty.
All right. You have successfully identified that it is a relatively pure chunk of iron ore.
Well, this is nice. Some very high quality iron ore right here.
Because you notice it's not oxidized.
Yeah, it's
Normally
pure.
iron is red. This has actually got a silvery tint because it's non-oxidized iron.
And where did you find this?
This
Down in
In the
the
mine.
down in the mines when we fought that demon. Yesterday? Did we fight the demon yesterday? That was
2
oh
days ago.
gosh,
2 days ago. Yeah.
something like that. It all
last
It
comes
was
week was
like
the
2
together.
day
weeks
after.
ago.
It feels like it's been like 2 months.
Yeah, last week was the day after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 days ago. Found it 2 days ago down in the there were some
It's where the underground city is mined
yeah,
into.
there were mining tracks. There were there's the demon, and then there's like an ancient city beyond that.
Yeah, but there was also, just as a note, some kind of reptilian
Reptilian.
being in a web.
Like a
Reptilian
cobalt?
creature corpses entombed in giant spider webs.
Yes, that.
Mm.
I don't know why I thought of it, but I'm glad that we figured that out. Maybe that could be something that we
Good.
can check out later, because we do need to head back down there at some
Yeah.
point to.
Is this going to be beneficial to us,
Explore that.
Nadab? I mean, why would it not be oxidized though?
Well, I would think that it would represent that the mine is really well stocked, so to speak, in the sense that if you can
The
get a
only thing
chunk
you
of
can think of with your mining lore is either there's no oxygen in the air to oxidize it, but they would have all died if that was the case,
Me too, honey.
or it's alloyed with something that is blocking the oxygen. Because
I'll
no iron source is ever pure.
I'll let you hold on to that, Nadab, if you come to it, because there's a lot down there. So it might be pretty beneficial to us down the line to have our own mine here. Maybe we can make weapons out of this. You know, but I'll leave that to you though. Maybe you and Winky can figure out what to do with this, how to smith it.
Because the Undercity
Do we
Oh,
lose them?
Oh,
We
there he
lost them.
goes.
Bye. Bye.
let's talk.
There's the
Let's
loot
go,
and the flute.
Buffalo.
guy on a buffalo
Flute of Flutus.
riding around through the forest.
What's the song?
Yeah, that was
on
where
it?
the
Send
Undercity
Louise,
people.
it's a baby.
So that's
We need
their
a
mine.
Bye Bye Turtle song.
Yeah.
They're actually still mining that area.
Yeah, well, now they all
Yeah.
killed the demon, they're gone back down there again.
Yep.
So
So it's
that's
good.
a source of income for them.
Yes, that'd
Yeah.
be awesome.
Oh,
Good.
So we need a
It'll give
Bye
them
Bye
something
Turtle.
very powerful to trade with.
yes.
What's wrong with you two?
Kylie, show them the picture.
Secrets don't
Okay.
make friends.
That's gonna be my rat.
Like
Her-
Jab?
I said your rat's secretly a bard.
Oh,
Yes.
Kylie,
This is
Kylie,
how he
what you
managed
need
to
to do
survive
is
the
just-
Barbed War.
You need to get the ritual awaken animal on your rat so you can actually make it smart enough to be your friend.
And play
Wait,
music.
I thought I'm gonna try to talk to Kylie's rat.
Uh oh, here we
Whose
go.
Uh,
rat?
You can talk to it at any time, but it's still just a rat.
I'll try to talk to it.
Squeak, squeak.
Friend,
I'm-
enemy, run
I'm
away.
gonna- I'm
Cheese.
gonna
Cheese. Food.
I'm
You have
gonna-
food.
I'm gonna teach it how to speak.
All it
Oh,
speaks
Lord.
to you is it keeps calling you tiny short hair.
How dare it? I'm not short haired.
Compared to Eve, you are. It sits on Eve's shoulder and she's taller than you and has long hair. So you're the tiny short hair and she's the taller long hair.
You know, tiny's better than big.
It's even tinier than you, so it doesn't care. You're humongous compared to it.
Yeah.
Small giant.
Okay, yeah. It's
Asher.
calling you tiny titan.
Stop.
Tiny
I'm gonna-
Titan.
I'm gonna tell Eve that she needs to teach her rat some manners.
It's being a perfectly well behaved rat. But it's
Yeah,
still
you-
just an ordinary rat.
You have too much high expectations for my rat, Winky. Leave him alone.
Dude thought he was gonna find out like every secret about Eve.
I thought the rat was actually her father inside of a
I
rat.
bought him the day that we met each other, like just from the shop.
She secretly tells
Yeah,
it
she
all
And
spent-
it's literally
the.
just an ordinary pet.
She
It's
spent.
Hedwig, not Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, she
If it
spent
wants
her
anything,
gold.
it asks you if you have crackers.
Yeah. I think I have some
Treat.
crackers.
Treat.
I have some crackers.
It accepts crackers if you give it crackers.
Do I have crackers?
We're still at
You
Why
can get
not?
some
breakfast.
Eve.
Yeah.
You need to give your rat some crackers for breakfast. He wants crackers.
He always shares my food.
But
That's
he
how
wants
he's still alive.
crackers. He wants crackers.
Okay, then give him crackers.
I don't have any crackers.
Then don't give him crackers. I can't do
Fine.
it.
I'm gonna flag down a naughty.
Mm-hmm.
Could you
Yes.
please bring us a small amount of crackers for our rat friend?
Sure.
Thank you.
He comes back with a small pack of crackers wrapped up.
All right. Thank you so much. You're so helpful to us. And I'm gonna hand the crackers to Eve.
I'll hand one to.
It starts happily eating them. And all Minky hears is, yay, crackers.
Alright. Are we good to move out now, Winky?
Yes.
Okay,
Now-
let's
now
get on the
we're
road.
crackers.
I am your leader, so.
All right. Well, we'll let you
Eric
run
and
in
his
first
friend
about.
are ready.
All right, Eric, we're heading out.
So where are we going? I know this under village or under town or whatever it is.
Yes.
Yes.
We're
I
we're
call-
going to go speak to the leader down there. His name is Lastigius. He also goes by a title of Stormbringer.
I'm gonna rename it Moleville, so.
I've heard of this Lysigius. Some of the men around here talk about him.
He used to work with Agonar, and Agonar did this to him.
Not a very nice thing to do to your friend.
No, and it's part of why Agonar left this place and changed the rules of the Order of the Keys. Because he began to realize he was going down a bad path.
Well, smart, better late than never.
Yeah, but he still left them down there, which is sad in its own right.
Jerk.
Okay, well, let's go. So he follows you to the portal room.
All right.
You take the portal, and then you start going the path that y'all know fairly well now. And at this point, you notice that there are lights on the wall set up and markings that indicate which way the mine town is. It looks like the Orders of the Keys has started putting in basic signage of what goes where. And you notice every now and then there's a chamber that goes off to the side with like a big a red letter X on the door. And then sometimes it'll have a clean but empty sign on the door.
Mm.
Eventually you stumble into one of the automatons walking around. You're probably about 10 minutes out from the town.
Is it trying to carry something, or is it just a broken one?
It's just ambling in your direction.
Okay. Let's see if it Oh wait, is this one? Do we have to speak to it in Dwarvish? I can't remember the automatons here.
The people in the Undercity could control them just by talking to them. They don't know Dwarvish.
That's right. Okay. Let's see if this automaton wants to get our attention. Can we approach the automaton,
So
see
we're
if it wants
We're
it?
just letting it come to us.
I mean, we're still gonna go forward, but I'd imagine we're on a kind of a collision course, so to speak.
No, it's walking straight through the exact middle of the hallway.
Oh, maybe we should just step to the side.
When we did that before, I want to say that that actually happened to us. We moved to the side or moved to an alcove or something, and it just walked by.
Yeah.
It just shambles on past you.
Okay.
Shamble, shamble, shamble.
That was normal, right? I think that was normal.
I mean, they have one job. They given a job, they do that job.
Yeah.
So I didn't see anything weird with it.
Okay.
I mean, if it started
That's
No,
attacking,
it was your
Boy.
first time to see the things. Well, technically, you saw the one bumbling in the corner. This is the first time seeing one that wasn't broken.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
we saw the ones gathering mushrooms before.
No, he's talking to a
Yeah.
car.
yeah. So
Of
Oh
course.
yeah, him.
I have not seen this thing.
That new
so-
guy
Yeah,
that's
the-
with
these
us.
these creatures are roughly human in shape and form, but obviously made of metal and stone. But they're all covered in cracks with the energy glowing through them, and they have bits of phosphorescent mushroom growing throughout them as well. And most of them have a pack on their back that they stuff with the phosphorescent mushrooms or fish or something else, or whatever tasks they've been assigned. And they generally don't talk. No one's ever seen one talk yet. And they just amble along doing what they were told to do, and they'll basically keep doing it forever.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just
But they
kinda-
don't have distinguishable faces or anything like that.
I was just going over everybody's subtle cues. Like I'm confused and watching.
Like, have
it.
you seen? You played Skyrim, right?
Yes. Yes.
Imagine one of the Dwemer constructs or something like that, but less attractive.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And it just keeps on going.
And we keep on going.
All right,
Yep.
you make it to the outskirts of the city, and it looks so different now that there's nice houses starting to be built.
Ooh.
They little pink houses.
Nope, wood and
For you and
stone.
me.
No colors. They haven't bothered to paint anything.
No, in our
Do we-
experience, paintings have bad things that happen to them.
You notice that there is a mercenary here, standing basically at guard at the front, right where you're at.
So I'll go and say hi. Do you know if Lasigius is at his house or is he out and about?
I believe he just walked down that direction over there.
Thank you. Let's head off in that direction.
Okay, and you find Lasigius walking along, examining the buildings.
Hmm. Hatala, you want to go?
Yeah. Hello, Lasigius.
Oh, my friends, how are y'all doing?
We are doing pretty good. We're learning some stuff, and we came down. I think one of the first things that we want to talk to you about. We went down and we took care of that demon down in the mine
Yes,
area.
we've noticed it's been safe since y'all left.
Yeah, and what we found is we had found this rock. Do you have that rock, Nita?
Oh yeah, here.
Uh,
Pretty good sample of iron ore.
Oh, yes. And he,
It might-
he says a strange name.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes, it's a local ore we occasionally find. We don't normally find much of it, though.
it looked like there was a lot down in that area, so it may be very beneficial to your
Oh,
settlement here.
whole seam of it?
I think it was in the wall.
Based on what they tell me, yeah.
I think I remember
Hmm,
seeing it in the
that's
wall in
very
one of the
good.
alcoves.
Yeah, I mean, we picked this up straight up off the ground, but
Oh, wow. Normally, we have to go through a lot of rock to find a piece like that. And it's usually a piece by itself. It's like maybe we've been hitting on the outskirts of wherever the seam is located.
it's possible. There was a
Seems
lot
that
of
way.
webs and some kind of lizard type people that were in it, but they seemed kind of old. I'm not sure if they're active down there, but it
Do you
would be
think
something to,
troglodytes?
Possibly.
maybe.
Do they stink?
We've
it-
had some problems with troglodytes from time to time down here. There's a couple passages we know of that go all the way down into the Underdark,
Are they?
Yeah, it
and
could
occasionally
be
a
them.
raiding party will come out.
Are
But generally, they don't fare too well against our soldiers.
Okay. Let us know if you need help.
But
in
yeah,
the
we wanted to
future.
make you aware of how this could be beneficial to your society, and but we also have some questions,
Okay.
and it might I don't know, it might be hard for you because we are going to ask you about Agonar and your past. Is that going to be okay with
Okay.
you?
I guess I can help you as much as I can. I've only managed to piece a few things back together.
Yeah, I know it's been hard for you. I think the first thing might be the easier one. Your home, where the portal goes to your basement.
Yes.
We were curious about where was that located in the world above.
Well, the name is Halcyon. That was the name
That's
of the
where I
town.
grew
I'm
up.
from.
Oh.
Uh, what is that, north, south? Um, I know it's been a long time, so but let's see.
I don't
In
know. I've asked others about it, but no one's ever heard of it before.
I gotcha.
From what I gather, this was about 900 years ago, and it wasn't a big town.
Could have changed a lot by now, or it could be nothing, or it could be a booming city, or it
Correct.
could be in the area now taken over by the liches and the zombies and things. Was it zombies? Is that a thing?
Yeah, undead.
Okay, the undead. Okay, that was just something we were curious about since we do have access to that area. Would you know of any beneficial reason to begin to clear that out and maybe try to get to the surface?
Surface of what?
Going into your basement and moving to the surface of that home.
I have a basement.
Oh, sorry. Do you remember your house in Halcyon? Your house in
No,
Halcyon?
I just remember that I lived in Halcyon.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
remember anything about. I've, as I say, I've managed to piece together a portion of my life, but I still
Right.
don't know all the answers.
And if this is difficult for you, I mean, we can do it another time, but
I'll answer as best I can, but it has no difficulty for me because I simply have no memory of it.
all right. I just know that it would be hard for me knowing what Agonar did to you guys and everything.
I've had to come to terms with that long, long ago.
That's a very good
My
point.
training is the only thing that kept my sanity.
What about
That's true.
Miss Everwood? Do you know Agonar's wife? I imagine she would have been here around the same time.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you
I
two would have
didn't
been.
know. I don't even remember what Agonar looks like.
Okay.
I literally woke up one day in the catacombs and I realized my mind hurt. And it took me a long time to settle that down and realize that I had training that helped me to do that. And then when I found that amulet, I actually started to recover a small portion of myself.
Okay.
But
Do
I've
you
only
rem-
pieced together pieces of who I was. The Orders of the Keys people, they tell me the process used to make me soulless actually stripped all that I was away. And that they were surprised I even knew my own name. But they told me a great many things about myself. and I remembered some of them.
Do you remember hearing of a wizard named Festus de Hausa? They would have called him the Flame Wizard.
I'm from Halcyon.
Is that where he's from, or are you just saying?
Didn't
This
you
is-
say the same word?
Halcyon,
don't know if I said-
Dehalcia.
De Hausia?
Maybe that's where Festus was.
Did I say the same word, guys?
It's possible. Maybe Dehalcia is um, meaning from Halcyon or of Halcyon.
I got you.
I mean, we can try
I am
digging out
Lascivious of Halcyon.
the Sigius of
Oh.
Halcyon, Festus de Halcia of Halcyon. So maybe it's Lucidius de
Well,
Halcia.
that right. I think we just got an answer of why it would be a good idea to clear that basement out.
Yep, absolutely.
All I
next-
know is whoever handed me this medallion that you wear, they're the one that gave me back some of my sanity.
Somebody gave that to you,
It was handed to me
so you just
by a
woke up.
man that I do not know. All I remember was the back of the man leaving.
Do you remember what he looked like? His hair color, his height, human, race?
All I saw was a cloak.
Hmm.
What did the cloak look like?
Did it have his name stitched
Brown.
into the back of it?
That
No,
would have been cool. I mean, it could have had a symbol or something.
it was just a brown cloth cloak,
Okay.
the kind one wears when they are cold. But I haven't felt the cold in a very long time.
Okay. Do you know of Frederick? Frederick
Thought you asked that already.
Lakewood? No, I asked about Festus.
Hmm.
Frederick was sent to find Festus, and that is Frederick is the great great grandfather of Mr. Lakewood.
I do not know the name. I do not know. Again, I do not have many memories. All I remember is that somehow I've recovered enough memory to know that I was a friend of Agonar's.
Okay, I understand. I think we
And that he was angry with me for saying I didn't like what he was doing down here.
did we tell you that he changed his ways? I can't remember if we.
I do not think you did.
Well, at some point he realized what he was doing was wrong, and he began to change his ways. He left this place, and the rules he set up for the Order of the Keys were based on his regret on how he had treated you and the other people here. Not that he made that better there, but I just thought you should know.
That is very good. At least he accepted what he has done. Many men never do.
True. Do you don't remember anything else of Halcyon? Something that could help us once we do arrive there?
I remember I loved riding horses. It's one of the only memories I have of my childhood. And it was along the coast. Because I remember the sea spray.
I bet you missed that.
I wouldn't be able to feel it anymore.
Charles, you can make me cry. Poor guy. Does anybody else have anything to think of to ask him? I
Yes.
feel like I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
Yes. Since he was inspecting houses, I want to ask you what are you looking for something? What exactly are you inspecting, Stormbringer?
Oh, I was just looking at all the work done by the Order of the Keys. Our lives have become so much nicer since they came. So much nicer since y'all came.
It's very good to hear.
And now that we have regular food and trade with the surface, life is getting better still. Many of those down here have suffered greatly over the years, seeing as most of us have been alive since Agonar left. Only the townsfolk come and go as time goes on. Those of us who are afflicted are forever.
That is so sad.
Because there's two races of people down here. There's a group of people who they're basically, you saw the cracks that were on Kor when he
Mhm.
took off his shirt. They are covered head to toe, and they're nothing but cracks, basically. It's like turning a person into glass or stone and then breaking them, and wherever the breaks are, it's multicolored energy glowing and flowing through them, and bits of the crystallized energy are coming out, and they are basically, for all intents and purposes, they look exactly like one would expect a monster to look. But somehow they retained enough of their mind, thanks to Lysigius and his training that he gave them, that they are still people somewhat, but none of them have any memory of their past. And all of them were unwilling experiments by Agonar to figure out the magic of the stones.
Mm. Gotcha.
And the other people are they're a brown-skinned race of demi-humans. They're not human, but you don't know exactly what they are because you've never seen a race just like them before. It's probable that there's some race of people that might even be from the elemental plane of Earth. So they're not normally in this universe, but they've been living down here, and they have been taking care of the cracked people, and the cracked people have been protecting them
Gotcha.
because they are basically defenseless. They're a lot like children. They don't really have comprehension of the things that a human would have. They're very simplistic and very literal in everything they do. And then the third thing is you see those automatons throughout the place, because those were Agonar's servants, and they have figured out how to command them and repurpose them from the laboratories.
Gotcha. Okay.
And when our group found them, they were surviving on cave mushrooms and cave fish,
Yeah,
and nothing else.
we
Never
hooked them up
collected
with
all the automatons.
we hooked them up with contacts on through the surface and set up kind of trade so that they could.
And they brought a whole big barrel of tasty food down to them and things like food staples and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Before the other Keys showed up and actually started doing a whole bunch of things to their town.
Nice.
Okay.
And the Earth people don't have any desire to leave, and the cracked people can't leave because most humans take a look at them and go, monster, kill it.
Gotcha.
And some of them have no ability to control what happens, so they're just randomly emitting portions of the energy that they're infected with.
Kind of like Kor was doing in his sleep.
Yeah. And like Lysigius, he is extremely infected with air and water to the point that he is basically a walking thunderhead.
Oh, that's always fun.
That's
Which
why
is
they call him the Stormbringer.
He's also
And you
half
notice
another-
he doesn't carry any weapons, but you do notice a talisman on him that everyone can associate with a school of monks that used to live a long time ago.
Okay.
So basically, he's a ninja Stormcloud.
That's pretty cool.
I'm just glad no one decided to fight with him when they first met him.
So his monk status is part of what helped him. That's the thing that his training and trance and whatnot is probably what helped him be able to calm himself and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I assumed it was something along those lines.
No, I mean, I feel like with that is new information because I don't remember ever hearing about him
Hmm.
being a monk.
Yeah, it's
So
the first time you mentioned monk.
He did mention his training several times. Y'all didn't catch on.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
mentioned training, but we just kind of took it and ran with it instead of going, "What's your training?"
Are we good now?
I am. I think, Lestigious, I think you've helped us out a lot. I think that we may know our next step of what we might need to do. You guys, be sure to work on those mines and everything. See if that can help you guys. We may be back down later, or do you guys want to go down there now to check out that? Because there
mean,
is an area of ancient runes down there that we were wanting to check out.
I mean, I'm prepped and ready to go down to explore that ancient area.
So, Lestigious, we may be heading down there, just so you know, to check that area out.
No problem. Be careful. There's many of these ruins down here. And we've tunneled through several of them throughout our adventures down here.
All
It
right.
appears that some of them are seemingly random and all over the place. Some go up, some go down. Some seem to be built with no obvious entrances in or out.
Did I leave a drawing of a door with you last time?
Yeah, you left a drawing of the gateways and the portals and ancient information so that if any of his people
Yeah.
came across it, that they could let us know.
Were you able to find any information or any information come back on that?
I spoke to some of the people, and apparently, I believe we have destroyed one or two of those portal things you mentioned.
Okay.
We were tunneling through and accidentally went through something that matches somewhat at your description. In fact, if you want, I can show you to one of the ones we destroyed, the most recent. It was about 100 years ago.
I was actually about to ask. I think that would be good
Okay.
to see that area.
Sure.
It'll only take about 20 or 30 minutes to get there.
All right.
Will Lestigious be guiding us, or is there a possibility that we could get lost and might need a map? Because since they built new tunnels,
Lasidius is taking you.
Okay.
At this point in time, he doesn't have many duties in the town to do much more because the town is so much safer. In the past, he basically stood around waiting to see if anything went wrong, and then would go and flatten whatever happened.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to get lost since he mentioned building new tunnels and coming across more ruins and things of that nature. It might get confusing since it's all new.
He starts heading off,
We
I'll
follow.
and
follow.
for someone as big and heavy as him, you notice he moves incredibly lightly on his feet. And at one point, he comes to a chasm and he just walks right over it.
Sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a path over to the side. I'm not used to having to take paths anymore.
Yeah, thank you.
Take the path to the side.
Yeah, it basically winds around a little bit and then goes across the chasm. And then he takes you on a little further, and finally you come to a section of the ancient stone walls, and they have tunneled through one set of walls and tunneled through another set of walls, and you can see the collapsed section of the ancient area around it. And then he tunnels through one more wall, and at that wall you see pieces of a archway laying on the ground around it. Apparently, they tunneled through the back side of the archway
Mm.
because it was set into one of the ancient stone walls.
So are they tunneling through ancient walls?
Yes. But they're not doing it pretty.
But the fact that they're doing it is impressive. Is it because they're infected with Earth?
We haven't asked them, I guess. They may have special
Let's do
tools
this.
like that
Do you,
saw.
do you have certain people that go through these walls? Only certain people that can do it, or do you know what is there
What do you
a
mean?
process by which we have found that these ancient walls seem to be impenetrable unless you are
He goes up to
infected?
one of the walls and smashes his hand straight through it.
All right,
And
Needip,
pulls
do
out a
that.
chunk.
Wait, no, Needip is infected. Never mind.
He pulls that chunk out. Are these special?
I thought they were. Can I get a piece of it?
He hands you a piece.
All right, I want to take out like one of my hammers and hit it.
And it rings like an anvil.
I thought it was only Earth. I thought he had wind and what was it? Wind and water. Are you infected with Earth, or how did you manipulate
As
this?
far as I know, the Devi says that I am infected with wind and water.
He would have probably checked Vestigius's.
Yes, I thought it was only Earth that could do this.
Can do what?
Shape
I
or
mean, did
break
you?
this stone.
Well, we
I
can't shape
can't.
the stone, but we can smash through it. The
Oh,
regular townsfolk cannot do that.
okay. Does it have to be
But
with
the
your
regular
hand, or can you
take
do
an
it?
ordinary stone as if it was dirt.
Winky, smash it with your hammer. See if you can break it.
Well, not his hammer. It would need to be his hand.
Winky, punch the
His
wall.
infected hand.
Gonna punch the wall.
Okay, and it hurts a lot because you punched a wall with your bare hand.
I have gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see if
I
by
ram-
focusing?
Can we use the bull thing to ram into it?
The ram thing.
The ring of the ram.
Nadep,
To
were you
be
able to learn how
be
to?
fair, the ring of the ram is on Kyros's person at the moment.
Ooh. I need to go
Dang
track that guy
it!
down.
Well,
He'd
no,
be like, "Give me all your stuff."
And Debbie, I want that hat. No.
so what are y'all doing?
I'd like to see if I can interact with the stone by kind of focusing on the earth energy.
All right, you're gonna need to make a skill check, but I haven't added that to you. So hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can do something real quick.
Okay.
First, I want to look at the skills that are. There is no skill list because skills are inherent on the character sheet. So I don't think that's gonna work. All right, let's try this. Oh wait, I know what I can do. Hold on. Traveling a little bit right here, but hold on. A feat, an effect, martial. See if I can do it as an action. I'm doing a test here real quick of something.
All good, me.
Do a quick bio break while he's doing that.
Sure.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Oh, I'm just looking.
Trying to find where I did everything at.
Oh my goodness. So Charles, I'm trying
Yep.
to look for a decent gaming computer so save up for,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't find all the ones I found that were pretty cheap and pretty good have been apparently since they can't bring it to me, it would take so long that it costs so much money.
Mm-hmm.
Cause this one I just clicked on, it said it only costs like $1,000, and then when I clicked on it, it's 2,399 and then $99. This is it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So what does RAM actually do though?
RAM is memory on your computer. It's
Oh,
basically, if you don't have enough memory, it has to use the hard drive, and that's very slow. But RAM is very fast.
so 30 RAM is really good.
32 gigs
Okay.
is what I consider minimum now.
Yeah, I just found this one. It's actually a really great deal. It's 1 terabyte of disk space, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and then processor speed 360. It costs $2,200. If I click on it, yeah, it costs double that. Well, not really, but I'm just looking for a cheap one. What I'm doing is I'm gonna probably save up through for a couple of years, save up to get one, and just use everything I have now instead of buying all the things I'm gonna need for it.
Okay.
Because all I really want it for is like,
Yeah. Saving up for a good computer is an important thing.
especially when I'm thinking of streaming.
Mm. So we just gotta wait for Will now.
Looks like
I
it.
think so.
Unfortunately, I can't find an easy way to add a skill to the system. I'm pretty sure there's a way. I'm going to look it up next week while we're gone. But for now, I put it as a lower skill under Hayden's abilities so that he can click it at least. I'll be right back.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dad,
dun,
I don't
dun.
understand.
You don't understand what?
If something says $1,529, and then when you click on it, it actually and it says that, but does it say that in more dots on Amazon?
What?
I'm looking at stuff and it looks like things are more expensive than they are on here. And it's weird. Just a question. Jeez.
Why didn't that work? Oh, well, I don't know.
Hello, everyone. Why did we lose? Oh,
It just depends.
Sorry,
Elijah.
my nose was itchy. I figured I'd turn
okay.
the video off for a second.
Is it actually
Turn off the video to
is it
pick your nose.
actually
That's what he said.
I had to get in there.
is it actually possible to get 32 gigabytes of RAM?
Yes.
Possible, yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Well, you're talking to you talk to a
Some-
car there. He loves talking about computers.
You can. The most I've ever seen is 128 gigabytes of RAM.
Jeez.
Sure, there's a possibility that you can do 256, but I don't know.
Can
whether that's
can a
too much.
processor even utilize that much?
You have to be doing some like high
Yeah.
like movie editing and stuff like that.
But
Where
the
you're
thing
doing
is,
rendering?
you're really going to need that much
Rendering.
unless you're
You
running a server.
You need RAM more than anything else. RAM and processor will be the big thing for editing and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and a good hard drive.
Because I have 16, but I have the Dominators, so
Thank-
they're very fast.
Come here. Come here.
So if you get a computer, can you add more RAM to it?
It depends. Some computers can, some computers can't. It depends on how it's been filled up already.
Yeah.
Like
Like
some
I have,
computers and the operating system are limited by how much RAM it'll even run.
Mhm. Some motherboards only have 2 slots, some have 4, but the thing is if you're going to add more, you pretty much have to get the exact same part number, or you can run into some issues where they don't communicate properly.
You got to
And
think.
you also have to deal with some motherboards can only handle RAM sticks up to a certain size.
Yeah.
So it may have the biggest sticks that will fit in all the slots it has. If it doesn't have the biggest sticks, you can generally get a bigger stick to replace the one that's in there.
Elijah, think of it like a car, and it has tires. You have to make
Oh
sure you
yeah,
got
I
size
understand.
tires.
I understand it, Dad.
Okay, so we ready?
Sure.
All right, Peyton, you're gonna have to use your skill there. See it on your sheet. Okay, you managed to bring a burst of Earth energy up. And what are you trying to do with it now?
I was just trying to see if I could manipulate the wall in any way. Just make an indentation.
Okay. You managed to make a perfect hole in the wall.
Ooh.
Huh. See, I told you these power stones are useful.
Yeah, but you're still going to die.
If they don't kill you
Empowered.
first.
We could say we're empowered, not blessed. Empowered. I like this.
We just need some marketing rebranding going on for this town. They can hold empowerment seminars and charge. I mean, the
This town isn't necessarily dying because of this, but you are.
well, they figured out how to have their souls removed. Correct? The people that are imbued with power.
They had their souls ripped out of them by an angry evil wizard.
Yeah, they didn't find out how to do it. It was forced upon them in a
Done
most
to them.
terrible way.
Yeah.
And it was done using the power of that black obelisk.
Do we know if that caused any side effects to them?
Memory
don't
loss.
know.
Lots
Oh,
of
memory loss. Yeah.
And you notice every single one of them looks like the power is literally ripping and exploding out of their bodies.
it's uncontrollable.
Firework.
It seems the way the power is in your bodies is a lot more natural. They are cracking under the strain, but they're not blowing up like their bodies are.
Because they
Wind
were
had-
they were artificial, right? The ones they were experimenting with.
Oh,
He
these
had both. It looks like he tried everything.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did was basically he figured out how to make the spire grow an arm out of it, and then figured out how to attach the creation crystals to that arm and could use a spell to make it basically shoot the energy into the subject.
Well, shoot.
when Lustigius hit the. Never mind.
So
Another 56 minutes have passed.
so toot the flute, huh? That what you were going with?
Yeah.
Toot the flute. Or like the man with a sax and an axe.
So who's doing the percussion section? Oh man.
Beats me.
All right. That's the more annoying way. Sometimes it'll reboot and I'll be back in and all I have to do is click video. Other times I'm just sitting at the screen in Discord like, what are you doing?
Let everybody freeze.
Okay. So yeah, as far as you know, and it may just simply be that huge amounts of the energy were pumped into them. And he pumped energy, one type into one person, two types into some people, 3 or 4 into others. He was just basically cramming energy in there to see what happened.
When Lestigius hit the wall, did we see any kind of reverberation or magic or anything that looked maybe similar to what happened with Neetup? Or
Make a perception check to see if you noticed it when he did it.
okay,
Because you did see that
ooh, that's one of my
you
best.
did see it when Neetup did it because it was very visible. Because he had to concentrate to make it happen.
Okay.
All right, Hatala, you definitely saw that the energy rippled effortlessly out of Lasigius.
But what does that mean?
Lasigius has full control over it, and it doesn't even phase him to use it.
But just because he has the energy, he's able to just crumble this, even though he doesn't have the ability to manipulate the earth.
Correct. He doesn't have the ability to manipulate the wall. He has the ability to overpower it. Because when he did it, you saw both air and water and lightning flowing through his arm as he hit.
So it's
like literally his hand became a bolt of lightning as he struck.
but because it was creation magic. That creation magic was able to overcome the ancient stone.
Correct. Ordinary magic ripples and bounces off the ancient stone.
Okay.
But apparently creation magic, because it's the same kind, can overpower it if it's strong enough.
All right, I'm going to relay that theory and everything to everybody else as I've kind of figured it out then.
What small fuzzy thing just went behind you, Mo? Okay, never mind. It's a cat. I just saw something small and black go shooting across the floor behind you.
Yeah.
I was like, was that a rat? What was that? And then a cat runs in your lap.
No, it's my cat Mocha. When she
Okay,
wants
okay.
attention, she'll jump up in my lap.
All right. So what do I do?
I want to I'm going to inspect the broken down gateway. What I'm looking for specifically is parts on it that can be reused to make another one if there's anything possible with that.
You find a lot of broken pieces of the arch. Make a perception check to look through the rubble, though. Anyone who wants to search.
Sweet.
Ah.
Come on, there it is. Akar, your last name. For a second, I thought it said molester.
Oh. Yeah, I thought about that when I saw it, but I was like, oh well.
All right. And as usual, Eve's eyes spot it.
Those elves.
You notice that there is a section of stone that looks different than the rest of it.
This section right here looks a lot different than the other.
Can I check it with my stone cunning?
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. It's stone.
Your stone cutting broke.
You can actually look at it with your ordinary eyes, though.
And also see.
Yes,
Sorry.
it looks like the receptacle for the arch.
Do we like brush it out and clean it out and see if we can?
Is the key still in it?
There's no key in it. It's a empty receptacle.
Do we have our keys with us?
We would need to.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
assuming you do. You've never specified you're leaving it anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. Do we want to try the keys that we have in this receptacle and see if we get a result with any of them?
Sure.
It's not a door.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's gonna try that, I'm gonna step back like
Yeah.
quite a bit.
It's the piece of the arch where the receptacle is.
What if?
Oh, okay.
So there's no runes on the stones or anything, right? On any of the other stones. So what if we?
The arch appears to be just an ordinary arch.
How big is the stone? Like, could we manage to fit it into a bag of holding and potentially try to use it on a new arch? Like maybe
It's
this
about
is
like this big.
okay. So maybe this is the keystone that just makes a stone arch into a portal.
Right. That's what I was
It's
thinking.
the
That's why.
receptacle where you plug your key in to activate a portal.
Yeah. You guys, cool. All right. So I'm gonna stick it into my bag of holding.
And remember, you have the one key that'll take an archway and activate it, and then you have the other key that, when put into the doorknob or the lock of any door, turns that entire door into it. So it's actually not the housing that does it; it's the key that does the magic. But you got to have some kind of receptacle to plug it into. Like, you can't take an ordinary stone and shove it into a door. It only works on the receptacle. These other stones can be shoved into
This
anything.
is the keyhole. The key goes.
This is the keyhole, and y'all have keys.
Sweet.
So
But the keyhole's not connected to anything, so you can't open a portal in nothing. Because it appears to take whatever shape of whatever you plug it into.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like with that, what he was saying is to see if the key actually fit into the receptacle. But since you're saying it forms to whatever key that
So if we permanently built it into, say, Tim the Alchemist's wagon, we could take our anywhere key back with us.
right, possibly.
Okay.
We still need to make an archway, I think.
Well, so wagon, it comes with arch, I believe.
But I think this is the part that's the hard part to get.
This is the thing Devi's been studying.
Mhm.
The design schematics for.
Would it be a good idea to bring this to Debbie then?
It's
Probably.
always a good idea to take it to
I
Debbie.
You
think
found something magical. It probably should go to Debbie.
I think Debbie would love to get their hands on this.
Then we should definitely do that. I want to look around this area. I want to see if there's any. You know what? I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to see if there's any keys in this area.
I'll help you do
Lucidius
it.
is watching y'all kind of comically, like, what are you looking for?
I'll show him one of the keys that we have with us. We're looking for
The gemstone?
the gemstone. Yes. Do you have these?
We've seen many different gems. That's what we mine down here if we get lucky.
Do you know if there were any that came out of these doors?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, many of the gems are used, but some of them we keep.
Okay.
I guess when we get back to town, we can look through the storehouse.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Thank you.
I don't know what you're charged with.
So if there was any, they probably would have found it and brought it back. That's a good.
To make perception checks if you want to search the area for stones or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, they always said they found these ruins while in mining.
Ooh,
Eve again. Here we go.
Even the 31.
Okay. You do not find any keys, Eve, but you do notice that this room does have it does have inscribings on the walls that look like they mean something, but you're not sure.
Just happened.
Winky, you are stumbling around looking and you accidentally trip over something and fall down and hit your head. But when you look up, you notice you're looking at something that doesn't look like it belongs in this room.
Did Nita forget to
Okay.
start laying down on the floor again?
I'm gonna walk get up and go look at it.
Okay. You notice that there is what looks like a crack in the wall. It's a natural crack, and there's something metallic glinting down inside of it.
Prison
gonna
radio?
hit the wall with my hammer.
Oh, of
And
course.
it bounces like an anvil.
It's ancient stone, buddy. Why are you hitting that with your hammer? We just
somebody-
established this.
Hey guys, there's something in this little crack. Can you get it?
You can see it.
Okay, I'm gonna
You
try
have
to grab it.
you have some of the smallest
Alright.
hands, bud.
Yeah, you grab it easily, and you pull
Let's
out
see
a
what it
large metal book.
I'ma read it.
Ooh.
You can't. It's locked also.
Can somebody melt this?
I think that might damage what's inside.
Let's not do that.
How is it locked? Standard type padlock or?
No, there is a receptacle in it for something. You know the giant metal book from The Mummy?
Yeah, with where you would slide the thing and turn it.
Yeah, imagine that.
Okay.
Here, Hatala, you do it. You're good at unlocking
At
things.
this has a very special type of key. It looks like it's not. I don't even know if I want to try and pick this to get into it, because it without this special key it could destroy it or something. Who knows? Maybe we should look around. Lestigius, this I'm gonna show him the shape of what's in the book. Have you seen something that may fit into this?
I've seen tubes like that before.
Like a dwarven tubes?
Yeah.
The scrolls.
A dwarven book?
Maybe
It
this
looks
is how they would
exactly
have
like
read
the
them.
shape of one of those dwarven scrolls.
I wonder if we could put it into the apparatus we have back in.
Oops. Sorry. I was trying to get more.
A car!
information
Get
on-
back over here! What are you looking at?
Try and get in touch with the demons, and they come
Oh,
take over your
no.
brain.
I
This
was
is-
trying to get more information on what that actually would entail. Sorry.
You're
This was-
fairly certain that what they're holding is a special book that describes exactly where the dwarves have buried their hidden underwear.
Oh gosh, I'm so
Underwear?
glad I had not drank more of that.
Nice.
Dad, may I have
But you're absolutely certain of it.
May I have one of those, Daddy? May I have one of
Yeah,
those,
the
Dad?
device we use to read the scrolls, we could see if we could use it on the book.
Okay, I'm coming.
But I mean, okay, yeah, we can try that. But
Yes, it looks like one of the dwarven scrolls.
Does it look like one of the scrolls would plug into this, or that
No.
it just would be read the same way?
you got a yes, you got a no.
It looks like it has the same shape as one of the end of the scrolls.
So you'd plug a scroll into this thing.
It probably fits the same receptacle that the scroll does.
Okay, I got you.
So we'll bring this back to
Still take it to
Debbie.
Debbie. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
Give
say
these
just
our
like, do you want to go to the storehouse now?
Yes.
Are those scrolls important?
To us,
yeah.
yes.
The information within them is important.
They have information.
Yeah, if you have the correct device to put them into, they can open up and they can be. You can
Right.
learn.
I
from
remember
them.
someone shattered one a long time ago, trying to
Yeah,
figure
it's-
out what was inside.
That's unfortunate.
Do you have any more of them?
Yes, we found a few.
Would you be willing to let us take them to see if we can find out what's inside?
I mean, we can't use them. If you have something to trade of value, we'll take them.
Okay. What anything in particular that, well, I would like to try and meet a need of yours. Do you have any needs that you need met down here? I know the Order of the Keys have been working pretty hard. Who has chips?
Is Payton.
Sorry.
Okay, I was like, my
I'm like
goodness.
trying to do it as quietly as possible, and I kept seeing my mic cut on. And I'm like, nope, no.
Why did you just mute your mic,
Try
man?
to make it the louder.
Why did you try to make? Why didn't you mute your mic?
I had my hand inside the bag of chips before I thought about it. At that point, it was I was engaged.
You're committed.
I couldn't. Yeah.
Okay, you make it to the storehouse, and they take you into the back to an area that is a natural section of cave. And you notice the walls are extremely smooth and hard.
Smooth, hard.
It looks a lot like the ancient stone,
But like that's been worked or something.
but it looks incredibly crudely made.
Did you guys do this, or did you find it this way?
One of our members can make this weird-looking stone, so he made it for this vault.
Would it be a lot of work for me to make it look a little bit better?
What?
Like,
Your mic's way up to the side.
sorry. Did it because I was chewing on a chip. Didn't want
Yeah.
anybody to hear it.
We all heard it.
So what were you saying?
I was wondering how long it would take if I wanted to just like smooth the edges out and kind of refine the look in there.
You've never tried. You'd probably make it just as crude.
Okay.
It'd probably take a lot of practice to get to the point where you could make the walls into shapes.
Gotcha.
All right, so he takes you to the storehouse, and they look inside, and he shows you a couple gemstones that they have. Most of them are ordinary gems, even a couple cut ones that aren't anything spectacular. But you do notice that there is a key.
Aha! Success.
Eureka.
Can we tell if it's if this key is I guess I don't know if I'm just assuming that that anywhere key is different from the keys that are set to specific locations.
The anywhere keys have a prong on the back.
All right, I'd like to inspect this one to see if it has that.
It looks like an ordinary key.
Okay. All right.
Is this something you'd be willing to part with?
If you have something of value, we are willing to trade anything. We cannot use these stones. The last time we tried to use one of these stones, it didn't work very well.
Hmm. Do you
There was a
need any-
minor explosion.
Do you need any clothing, or do you need any tools, or blacksmithing supplies?
I think I have one memory from my childhood that I would like to try to re-experience.
Okay.
Something about something called strawberry cake.
Good. We can work on that. Absolutely.
And other, what were the word? Sweets.
Mm-hmm. We'll try and get a
I
lot
seem
of
to
it.
remember in my childhood loving sweets.
Do you remember being chunky? Is that why you started your monastic training, to kind of lose weight?
I do not know.
Okay.
That's
What is
kind of
chunky?
rude. It's an ice cream.
Me
Don't
too.
worry about it.
Like chunky peanut butter.
It's a type of peanut butter.
No, chunky peanut butter.
This sounds tasty.
Yeah,
Would you
so
like to try peanut butter?
we can get an arraignment of sweets for you.
Then that would be a good trade.
Okay.
My people have been eating better food than normal, but still normal food.
We'll try to get some ingredients and supplies as well. Recipes.
Then they can make it themselves.
Hmm.
Taco Bell.
That is very good. And if we could, I would like to have one of the cakes decorated with ruby gut dust.
Ruby gut dust.
Ruby dust.
Ruby dust.
Yes, the
Hmm.
townsfolk love gemstones. They taste wonderful to them.
Do you have a
What
ruby
kind of-
that we could grind up?
No.
Okay.
Nita has
I'll have to
one.
shop for one.
Mhm.
Hey,
Nita probably
Nadette.
has one. He's so greedy. He probably has one right now. You're not telling anybody.
Uses as a belly button ring.
Steven Universe.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
Yes. And he points to the side, and you see 3 more tubes in one horribly mangled tube.
Do you wish to trade for these also, or can we go ahead and take them?
That's what I'm saying. You would agree
If
to
we
the
give
trade.
him,
Oh, okay.
if we give
okay.
him this stuff, he'll give us all these things.
Okay. I thought we were just trading over the keystone. I'm glad it was a bulk trade deal. Okay.
Well, man, he did say he had no use for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, the last time they tried to grind one of those key things you were holding, there was an explosion.
Is that why that tube looks like that?
No,
that
that
was somebody
explosion
trying to-
killed 3 people.
That tube looks like that because somebody tried to get into it. He told us that it's like
Yes,
a little
we were wondering
earlier.
what was hidden inside. Apparently nothing.
Yeah, it takes a special device to actually open these, but there's nothing physical in. It's just information written down.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were only like an hour or 2 away from the device this whole time, but
But they couldn't go down there.
yeah,
Yeah, they
there
couldn't
there
go
was
down
there was
there
a
'cause
lich in different things but
It made them go crazy to go down there.
Yes, the crystal that Winky smashed is what was making them go crazy.
crazy.
Well, it
so-
sounds like we need to bake a cake.
Yes. New quest alert.
Gather ingredients. It's now
The
cooking.
introduction to
Okay.
cooking.
Don't forget the
Question for
strawberries.
you guys: Are we gonna still try to explore the ruins past where the demon was, or are we trying to get on this trade deal?
What? How much time has passed?
It says 9 a.m.
No,
Or you need to
that was
update
when
it.
you got down here.
Okay.
Charles is good, but he ain't that good.
Okay.
It's after lunchtime.
Oh, we hungry. Especially after he done talked about cake.
So what do you do?
I was prompting that for discussion on what we can do.
Yeah, I'm right now. We definitely need to go to the ancient area, but here's my thought. Let's take the cake quest and get it done so we can get these items, pass those to Debbie, and then go on.
We
the
could also
adventure
start
down
the
there.
excavation of the basement.
Yeah, we can.
At least get someone started on it. Yeah, just I don't want to leave a potential Titan body part out there if there's one around. Or
Okay.
we already found cultists in the area, so cultists
Yeah.
may be trying to.
And the good thing is the cultist was dead, but it had something that came out of it, which worries me about what those things were and where they ended up.
All right, so head back up.
Eric, what is coming out of the cultists?
Uh, um,
I actually don't know. We just noticed that something came out of it.
they
But
are
from what,
tentacled shadow spawn of the Quelith that are coming out. They're if you touch one of the stones, or if the Quelith can infect you, they'll start to take over your mind. Eventually, your body starts to transform. That's what we mentioned about Willem, is that his actual physical body has transformed into like this. His face kind of has tentacles on it now.
oh wait, is this Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's been with us the whole time.
yeah, he's chilling with us.
I forgot he was with us.
He's been standing right there.
My bad.
But yeah, if you wind up killing someone that cultist or someone that's infected, this has the potential of coming out of them, which is you've probably heard the rumors of the people on the road going south.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
actually fought a couple of these things.
Yeah, did you find anything that came out of them?
No, I'm seeing small tentacle monster things roaming around.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a new thing.
Yes.
Ever
Yeah,
since
they're
Willem,
about maybe the size of a cat or a dog.
Is
well,
that
that's
here?
different than what we've seen.
Here?
Yes, they're on the roads. They seem to come out of the woods or out of the fields and attack lone travelers.
Okay.
And sometimes, if their numbers get large enough, they'll attack larger caravans.
So they no longer need hosts. Well, I guess they do still need hosts, which is why they're attacking
They
the
used
caravans.
the host to come out. Then that's what happened. This guy, the stuff came out of him and it turned into those things.
Or maybe the old body died, or maybe they're replicating. Maybe they got fed and got wet after midnight.
How far after midnight?
It's just any time after midnight.
Anytime is always after midnight.
As long as daylight has not come.
If you can only feed them at 11:59.
Right. Don't miss it.
Now, technically, that rule would be you can only feed them exactly at midnight.
Ooh.
Because every other time would be after midnight
Hmm.
to some
that-
degree.
They
You
get
have
one bite a
1
day.
minute.
That would still be after midnight because
Yeah, it's one bite.
You
It
just
depends on how-
wait there just to shove it into their face as fast as you can. Just you have a split second to swallow this.
Have like a pneumatic powered potato gun loaded with food.
Just goes
Boom.
halfway down its throat before it comes back.
Loaded with chicken nuggets.
The beasts that Eric was talking about that were cat or dog sized, those were tentacled beasts.
Yes, they had 4 to 6 tentacles, and they smelled horrible, and they just looked revolting.
Did it look like a mutated animal, or were they?
No,
Yeah.
they just. It frankly looked a little bit like a meatball with tentacles.
Yep, that
So the
sounds about
Smaller
right.
things like what we fought.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
So they're probably looking for new hosts. All right.
That makes me want to puke already.
All right. All I can think of is meatball or meatwad. That was the
And
name.
occasionally, there's been rumors of a large one being spotted every now and then.
Large
Well,
one?
there was 2 that were created while we were at the mountain, and 1 ran away. Well, that is probably incorrect. It went to go do its own thing.
It did whatever it wanted to do.
Yeah, to say it ran away means that we made it scared, and that's not what happened.
Yes.
You lost interest.
It
He's
was
like,
like,
oh,
you guys-
his buddy's gonna get all the food. All right, I'm gonna go find my own.
Pretty much.
Okay.
All right. So we swap information back and forth with Eric.
Maybe that gives a little more definition for all this thing going on. Because I do notice that the cultists that have been seen in the area are acting strange, but not menacingly. I was wondering if they were up to this, but they don't seem to be involved in whatever's going on.
You're talking about the cultists that are going against Willem's group?
No, we have seen the order of the cult that you were dealing with. There's still a few of them around here and there. They're still trying to gather members.
Oh.
But most of their number have fled to the south, and anyone they recruit, they send down there too. But we've even had accounts of those being attacked on the road by these things.
So
Well,
the
that's not a
cultists themselves
surprise
are
because-
getting attacked. Okay.
I mean, they're like chaos evil. They don't care that these are conduits to get
But I mean,
through.
like,
They're
it could have
just
been
killing
like
whatever.
the girl we found. There may be some
Innocence.
pure an innocent cultist. But why would Spawn attack them if they were pure? They can't use them as a host, right? Or
Just to
would they have grown to the
Kill
point where
them. I
they
mean,
could?
what is their goal anyway? We barely know what
To
Willem's
take
goal
over
Did
the
it look like
world.
one came out of this cultist, or did it look like many came out of it?
Eve said, I think she said there was a lot of exit things.
Well, the girl the little young child that we killed in Bastoul, as that sounds like a horrible statement, but
That
weren't
was
there
like
two
terrible.
or
Why would you say it that way?
that's what happened, isn't it?
Child that we slaughtered.
She wasn't
But-
a child when we killed
A
her.
monster.
But I
we
know she
killed.
was like an amalgamation kind of clustered with her aunt or caretaker or other people, but there weren't there
It
two
was
or three of
her,
them.
her grandmother, and her aunt, something like that.
So there were three people, and then there were three Spawn that came out.
Yes.
Okay.
And we squished all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I only remember ever seeing one per. Do you
And
know-
most of the cultists y'all were going up against, they each had one necklace.
The only person that had more than one was Felicia.
Yeah, and she had a whole bag of them. And they've been using the necklaces to incubate whatever these things are. But maybe the meatball that y'all fought has a different way of doing it.
Okay. Forge.
Yeah.
Anybody want
Considering
some?
it is just a tangled mass of intestines and mouths.
This is making Atala both hungry and sick at the same time.
Right after we talked about dessert,
Yeah.
strawberry cakes.
It's a spicy meatball.
So what do you do?
What would you do for
Well,
a Klondike bar?
I think we need to
Strawberry
go
cake.
do some lunch, then get some ingredients for this cake, get us a nice ruby, and somebody's got to do some baking.
It'll take an hour to get back to the kitchen, to the top of the tree.
Maybe we can just ask the Anati to help us cook and for some ingredients.
Yeah,
We can
exactly.
talk to the steward about getting ingredients, either a bulk set of ingredients. I don't know if we want to do continuous supply, but if we did a continuous supply, we could see about getting some future some things in the future.
Total aside here, Core, how much did you pay the messenger?
I was
25.
what's that?
25 gold for the one necklace.
Oh, did you go ahead and pay for the necklace, or
Yeah.
just pay the messenger to take the message?
Yeah. I know I said that we're gonna buy the necklaces to make that purchase, and then there was some that I was gonna tip the messenger to do his job because he doesn't just work for free. Charles never mentioned the exact price. It
He
was
did mention 25 for the necklace, but
right.
we didn't say anything for how much you gave the person.
How much is
I would
a
think that
courier
would be
job?
your choice. What did you?
He's an employee of the Keys.
Oh, I'll tip him 2 silver.
Okay.
Okay. I know that's like going backwards quite a bit, but I was gonna ask that way earlier on to make sure we had our money right. Which, by the way, the money is actually slightly wrong because I haven't added some stuff we gained yet. I'm just
A
way
car.
behind.
While we're heading back up and we're talking about money, are you good on your weapon? Do you need any enchantments or anything?
No, I believe that I'm pretty set. Actually,
I know you arrived. I would assume you arrived with weapons. So, okay.
Is your magic? Is your weapon magical?
hang on.
We're about to have another
Yes, it is.
4 days.
Yeah, I
in
do
the
have runes.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna be down
Okay,
another week worth
just wanted to make
setting
sure
armor and weapons and.
Yeah.
Okay.
those
Yeah.
turn into some really fun sessions
Yeah.
I'm pretty
where either me or Will is sitting here just doing math.
math.
I know the viewers love
Okay.
it. All right, so let's get on the road
Yeah.
and get that done.
A car appears to be wearing what nice woodland clothing.
All right. All right, we're at hour 3 and coming up on an actual 9:45 at night. So I'm gonna keep pressing another hour.
I'd say let's not another hour of playing.
I was just curious.
Go to
I know.
11. No,
Well, we normally do 3 to 4 hours, so we're at around hour 3 right now of.
we
playtime.
usually cut off at 10,
Okay.
just classically.
Okay.
But my thought is if we can get done tonight, talk to the Anati, see about getting cake, get a ruby, make sure we cover that. We can check this book out as we're heading out, maybe. I don't know, or pass it to Debbie as we're heading out,
Okay.
heading upstairs. So as we're heading out, we'll pass Debbie the book if he's down there. Is he there in his study?
Debbie's always there.
All right. So we'll pass that book off to Debbie. That has
What's this?
It's a book we found. Winky found it in a crack somewhere by Broken Gateway. By the way, the people that live in the Undercity, they are able to break ancient stone.
Also, and
Oh.
I take out of my
Thought
bag
you
of
should
holding,
know that.
we found a receptacle, a piece of this of the archway.
Now this is handy. And he immediately sets down and starts analyzing it. If y'all want to play with the book, there are things over there.
All right, I'll do the book. Do we want to just split up the jobs?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that'll hurt at this moment because we can
All
get
right.
more stuff done in less time at the,
Yeah,
at the
I'll
moment.
take however many time it takes to do the book and study it. And
I'll head upstairs to talk to the Anati about the cake.
we still need to get the
and-
ruby. Does our
Remember, you don't need a ruby, you need ruby dust.
yeah. Oh,
Because a ruby
Debbie.
is expensive.
Debbie, do you have ruby dust. That might be one of the components you utilize.
No, you're gonna have to talk to a jeweler about that.
Hatala, do you have any ruby
Just
dust?
because I've been a jeweler and I can do
All right.
jewelry doesn't mean I just
Does
have dust.
does anyone Nadep, do you want to? I guess I can either continue reading the book or Nadep can do the book. We can go see the jeweler in town, but it's getting into the afternoon. But I know where the jeweler is, so I can go straight to him.
You sent a messenger to go to the jeweler.
But I mean, we're gonna have to get the dust. I don't.
I know, but it's just funny because
All right, I'm gonna do the book. You guys figure out the dust.
well, it would probably make more sense for Hatala to go get the dust. Anybody want to go with me?
I'll go with you. Either that or I'll hang out with Debbie and help with the stones.
So, who wants to take care of talking to the Anati to get the cake? The strawberry is a strawberry, right?
Yes,
Get a strawberry cake made.
I can take care of that.
There's also the starting the excavation of the basement, and digging that
Oh.
out.
But who are we going to talk to about that?
Well, you can.
The
I mean,
order
we
of the
can.
keys,
We've got a steward. We've got the order of the keys. We've got a naughties. We're taking a trip to the city. At some point, can be someone that we could talk to about it. Just start asking and see who it has, and then
You're gonna have to hire people.
we probably end up going to the city and hiring people.
All right, so we pass. Oh, we haven't got that yet. Yeah, we passed the. Never mind.
All right, so Core, and is anyone else staying to look at the book?
No, I'm not. I don't
Need
know.
it?
Even Winky.
No, I'm
had-
gonna go with Hatala.
Okay.
I want to go find Airtown.
So I wanted to go to the cake.
All right, you wanted to go where, Eve?
I want to go find Airtown.
Okay, you go to find her.
I want to ask her about making a painting and how much it'll cost to make a painting of the ocean with a horse on the beach.
Okay.
Very
She will
nice.
tell you exactly how much it costs.
Okay.
It's oddly specific.
I mean, if you think about what we've been told recently, you'll know why she's asking for it.
How big do you want your painting?
Oh, like not very big, just kind of mid-sized painting.
Okay. She says it'll probably cost about somewhere between 10 to 20 gold, and it will probably take about a week to make.
Okay, I think we can do that. Hopefully the group is okay with it. But I never spend any money anyhow, so
She'll get started right away.
thanks.
And
Airtown.
that was 20.
20 gold.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that out of here.
All right, those who go up to do the cooking, you find the Anati, and you find the cook that's at the dinner hall. Yes?
Yes, I was wondering if you had the ingredients to bake a strawberry cake.
Shortcake or regular cake?
Regular cake.
Yes.
And how long about would this take?
About 3 hours.
All right. And how much would it cost for you to bake us this cake?
I don't understand the question.
Who said it by himself?
No, Winky said he wanted to go on cake duty too.
Oh. Winky, the Anati have always done stuff just to do it.
We're on the council of the trees, pretty
Um,
much owning the trees.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
I'm gonna say to I forgot his name.
A car.
A car.
I'm gonna say to a car that they just do stuff to do stuff.
Oh, okay.
Would you be liking the strawberry shortcake, regular cake?
Yes, please.
Very well. And he starts calling out a few people, and they start running together, and they're just flying around the kitchen.
Fantastic.
And one of them is kind of happily humming to himself.
Nice.
And one of them comes running back with a book and folds it out in front of the others.
I'm assuming that was a
It is a very large cookbook, the largest one that you've ever seen.
wow. These guys really know how to cook.
All right. And Hatala,
Yes.
where were you going? You and Nita?
We're going to find some ruby dust.
Okay.
We're going to the jewelers in Riven, I would guess.
That's where the university is, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you go to Riven and you find one of the jeweler houses. What can I help you?
Hello. We have come in search of some ruby dust.
Ruby dust?
Yes.
Any requirements for quality?
Whatever is the tastiest.
Are you joking?
Just a little bit.
Because ruby is ruby. It's a literal mineral.
I understand. I don't
You
want to
need
get.
truly grind powder or flecks of actual ruby or just the dust.
Because
a
I would
lot of
think,
dust is made whenever a stone is cut.
Right. I would think the ground powder might be the better way to go.
About how much would you like?
A dime bag. And then he left.
I'll do the
Your joke
percussion,
was
guys.
so bad. So
Yeah.
bad.
I'll do the percussion, guys.
Percussion. There you go.
Nice.
percussion
Okay.
guy.
Are you gonna do like xylophone or like
Probably like some type of drum or woodblock or or
Okay.
cowbell.
the maramba?
Some
Okay.
dreads and some steel
Sorry about
drums.
He tells you he can sell you about 4 ounces of dust for about 10 gold.
Would that be enough, you think, for the cake? Would Hatala think that would be enough to
It's a
cover
lot.
cake? Okay. And for how much? 4 gold?
10 gold.
10 gold.
4 ounces, 10 gold.
All right. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, we don't normally get much use for it. Some people use it in grinding wheels.
Yeah, some people use it for very different reasons, apparently. But we thank you for your business. Oh no, wait, no, that I didn't say that. That was stupid. Thank you. Thank you.
Take luck. Take care of the luck.
Take a look.
Take lucky care. Take care of the luck which you may have.
Is this a good
I'm
activity?
a moron.
No one's the sun.
You too.
Thank you. We're gonna head on. You have a delightful day.
Yeah.
You really screwed that one up, didn't you, Hatala?
Well, you didn't talk, did you?
Nope. I let you do it all on your own.
You were there the whole time. I forgot.
Yeah.
He's your emotional support dwarf.
I just like standing
Which
there.
is
in the back,
why it
like,
didn't help
watching,
at
like,
all.
You
I'm
should have
here
got
like-
the flakes.
She must have been very nervous.
You should have got the flakes, Atala.
All I could imagine was I feel like the dust is gonna make a prettier look. Hopefully that'll
What
be
kind of
what-
sprinkles would you like on your cake?
You know.
I'm thinking
you were
it's like
there.
they go what kind do you like? Whatever tastes the best, man.
You know, it wouldn't have been too out of character for the dwarf to like lick his finger and taste the dust.
Do the whole like pinky thing that the
Yeah.
cops do.
Yeah,
That's
but
good stuff.
but since you didn't consult me, I kept my mouth shut, and I figure you'll figure it out on your own.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
didn't consult you because I figured if you were going to open your mouth, you were going to open your mouth.
So who got the I guess was Car and Winky working on the basement project after they talked to the chef? Or were you guys doing it because you were going to town?
Since we went into town, we can probably take care of that. That's why Nita went with me, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's a minor.
No, I'm old.
And Hitalis just there to make sure he doesn't overpay
He's
for it.
he's so old, he's dying in 3 months.
You get more wrinkly and old, and look aged
Yeah.
as
He looks more weathered.
he's lost a
No,
lot
the
of.
way this works is, as it progresses, you lose memories.
Ooh.
It's
Ooh.
literally eating your childhood.
Nom nom nom.
Do you remember I'm your brother? You don't remember that at all? We've lived together for 20 years.
Who
You
are
owe
you?
Do you remember you owe me $50?
What kind of society exists on the exchanging of animals? This is ridiculous.
$50, you weirdo.
All right.
Well, you were
So-
talking to a druid. He took it as bucks.
Now where y'all going to talk about laborers? Untrained
Laborers
laborers
are
are fairly cheap.
Is there like a temp service in town or Home
Your
Depot?
best bet would be either go to talk to the Order of Keys or talk to your steward.
Gotta go to the
Where-
corner.
where's
and
Stuart
pick up
the
a bunch of
steward?
Mexicans.
Yes.
He's at the university as usual.
Let's go find Stuart the steward.
All right.
Okay, you find him. He's at the university. As usual. Ah, gentlemen, how can I help you? Or should
Well,
I
we
say,
never know.
ladies and gentlemen?
I was gonna lean over to Atala and go, he thinks you're a man.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, but I wasn't there to say anything.
She curtsies.
He
We
didn't
have-
really look up. He just kind of saw the dwarf and made his statement. Then he looked up.
Do I gotta roll a thing on that curtsy again?
we've
Roll an
we've
athletic
already
check for curtsy.
established in canon that you can curtsy.
I guess that's a good point. I succeeded one time, so.
It's just a
What can I help
performance
you
check
with?
every time.
This is your show, buddy.
Wait, what? Oh,
And you made fun of me. And you made fun of me. Homeboy doesn't even know why he's here anymore.
nope. Sorry. Sorry. It's
Did you really lose your mind? What's going on here, dude?
he got so off track with the you being a guy.
yeah. Sorry.
He's over there just going, "You're a guy." Oh boy.
All right, we're here for the basement, right?
Yeah. To start excavation on
Right.
the basement.
Right. All right. So we need to find some workers to do some basic excavation. Not really anybody skilled, just somebody that can pick up rocks and redistribute them elsewhere. What you got for us, Stuart?
Conditions.
Deplorable.
Work for the bare minimum we can pay.
No, what are the conditions? Is it a hazardous location? Do you have to worry about monsters?
No monsters. Just don't go wandering off into places you're not supposed to be.
At the moment, it's a caved-in basement, so it would be unknown as to what is above that. So that's a factor.
We have
Through
our
one
own.
of your portals?
Yes, that is true. It is through one of our
Okay, so we
portals.
have to use trusted men.
Exactly.
We can't just let anyone know about the portals.
Agreed. Agreed.
I mean, you could just like burlap sack abduct some people and tell them
No,
they're gonna
you
get
can't.
paid and send them home afterwards, right?
And what are the conditions? You say it's a basement?
It's
Is there any fresh air?
likely not. It smelled terrible. They might need to do shifts. They'll need to make sure that they understand how
Is this
to.
the stinky portal I've heard of?
If there
Yes.
there is probably no other, so yes.
Can
Ah,
we store our
okay.
donkeys in there?
It's going to be more expensive than normal because most workers don't want to work in those conditions.
That's pretty much why we're hiring somebody.
An
Yeah,
ordinary
exactly.
worker would only be a silver piece a day, but because of the conditions and we need someone that we can trust, you're probably going to have to pay at least 5 silver a day per worker. And you say it's a basement that you're trying to excavate up
From-
or down?
From what we understand, it is a basement, and it would be. Oh, I think we need to go up.
Find the surface.
Trying to find the surface?
Yes.
I want to
Okay.
know where this exists.
You're going to need to have someone to stand guard as well, because if they do find the surface, because this is a portal, we have no idea where in the world this is.
Very, very good point.
We already have
Then-
armed protection in the tree.
Well, we don't necessarily have it. The Order of the Keys could provide it, but this guy's with the Order of the Keys, right? Or
No,
is he
he's with
just
the,
a
school.
steward?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a steward.
But,
So,
I mean-
it'll be 5 silver each worker. I imagine since a basement at best, we could assume maybe they have to go through 50 feet of earth, stone, or whatever. How long do you want this job to take? With enough people,
Would
you could get through in a couple of days. But if you don't want to bring that many people in, it might take a little longer.
What would you think it would take to do it in a week?
In a week, I think if we had crews of 5 at a time in there, it would work. Maybe pay for 2 crews and have them alternate in and out. So 10 men.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
So you're looking at about 5 gold pieces a day for 5 days of work. So 25 gold pieces should cover it.
We still have that, right?
Oh yeah. By the way, even with the stuff we've been taking out today, we have 609 gold,
Sure.
362 silver, 10 platinum, 6 copper. But there's, like I said, I haven't added some stuff. Let me see if I can get to it. 200 gold is something I haven't added.
So we got plenty.
I'm going to go ahead and add that. 800 gold.
And the income the tree is producing.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping track of that though.
It's 50 a month.
Really?
He gave us 50 in the last time. It hasn't been another month yet. I believe it was 50.
Hold up. I got that noted down.
Yeah.
It seems more than what we were told.
5. I don't know. There's a 5 something. I thought
was-
I thought he
it
said
was,
50.
It was 10 gold per week we were making, the profit, and then we pulled some of that out because we're paying blacksmiths to work there.
Oh,
But we
okay.
should turn that around though, because they should be earning money too. It was like few silver. I think it was like 3 silver we pulled
Yeah.
out doing that.
It's been a while since I looked at the books. I'm not there.
Yeah, I've got a spreadsheet at my office which keeps track of what the tree is doing now.
Yeah. So if we get, I'm gonna look at that as like YouTube
Winky's
pays you
blacksmith
year.
is making a good bit of money.
Cool.
And then if we can set up a trade with we'll call it New Halcyon, the Undercity.
Ooh, I like
Um,
that.
Halcyon South.
We could trade them for the special ore. And we never really asked them what was special about it, but there's another component to it. It might be good for us as far as making weapons and trade.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll pay the 25 gold pieces. Go ahead and have him set up all that stuff.
All right, we'll have the workers get started at the beginning of the week.
Thank you, appreciate
Today
it.
was the beginning of the week, so we'll start tomorrow.
And I already wrote down the day. No, I didn't. The day is 18th of Tras. So 19th. Okay. Okay. All right, so we've got that set up. Is there anything else we needed to do, Nita?
I don't think so.
So I
Your
guess
mic isn't turned up.
he said I don't think so, but yes, it was hard to hear.
Sorry.
All right, let's head back to the tree then.
So basically, the last day of the month, the tunneling will be done.
We'll be halfway dead. So Nita might not even get to see the out of the tunneling
Huh?
if we're traveling at the end of the month, and then it takes a month to get back, and then he's dead.
Then he's dead. Elijah, it's only going to take a week. It's not taking a month. It's just after a week will be the end of this month.
Right.
Oh. So Nita only has 3 days.
What? What kind of math
It's
are you
been
doing,
2
son?
months. It's been 2 months. Jeez.
No, a week.
Nadep only
reading
has
that I
1
had-
month left to live.
It's like
Months at the beginning of this.
come back. We come back. It's been 1 day, and he's like, "So Needham's dead, right?"
Yeah. You
Now,
wake up the
remember-
next day. Is Needham dead
Remember,
now?
you don't die.
I just don't have a soul.
Yes, you become a monster.
Oh, great. We're gonna have
You
to stab him in the heart with a
monster!
stake.
We're gonna have to remind him to take
You're a
off all-
destroyer of love.
He's gonna have to take off all his armor and get rid of his weapons.
Definitely take off that belt.
No. Like extremely
Dudes.
athletic, like zombie corpse jumping around, throwing
Dudes.
elements.
If we don't get healed by the day that Nidip is gonna become a monster, in his sleep we just take all his items.
Yeah, the depth could be one of those World War Z zombies there. You know,
Jumping
Yeah,
over
the
walls.
monsters y'all fought in the basement before you destroyed the crystal down there, those with what y'all become. You lose your mind and become a monstrosity that just attacks anything around them.
Nidip is basically that.
All right, we've got the obligatory foot shot for Eli.
What?
Yeah, showing off them,
What?
showing off them
Moving
calves.
the camera.
Look at that booty. That Christmas booty.
All
Them
right,
things
so
is-
we're going to use this as our stopping point because y'all have set up a week worth of work before y'all be able to go up to the whatever is above the basement. And during that week, I'm assuming is when you're going to go down into the ruins.
That's a
I
great
guess so.
idea.
Yes.
All right, so
So-
next week y'all be exploring ruin. Next week when we play, will be the week of y'all exploring ruins,
Oh, Daddy.
and I will cover what Core found in the book then too, because it's too much to go
Mhm.
on just right now.
Right.
Cuckoo.
We'll drop that in the fireside chat so we don't forget.
Yeah.
I always put it at the end of the notes. I put have a week worth of things to be done. Next we will explore the ruins of the ancient in the Undercity. I'm gonna also note here revelations of the book Core read will be given as well.
So Dad,
What's up?
I made myself a promise, and you gotta help me keep it, okay?
So I gotta smack you every morning. Oh,
No.
he started twitching. Is he wigging out on everybody else's thing?
No.
No, it looks fine on my end.
On mine, he looks like this.
Mm,
It's just going nuts.
So Daddy, the promise I need you to make is is to make sure for the rest of the year I don't spend any money.
Is this
What?
out of game stuff?
Yeah, he's talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording then, guys. You say bye to the audience.
Bye,
Bye.
audience.
See you